All right. Hello, everybody. I don't know if there's anybody in here yet. We just started, but all right. Oh, yeah. Hello, Mr. Garage Moments. Well, oh, yeah. Yep, we're getting people now. Oh, yeah. All right. So, welcome, everybody who's joining in right now. Welcome to the Teardown. The reason you're at school and at work to go pay your phone bill so you can watch this live stream. I am Dylan Moss. I'm an Illinois contributor here at Homeroom Show Choir, and it looks like I'm going to be flying solo for the stream, at least for a little bit. West Jones Imagination, welcome to the stream. Big shout out for your big win last weekend at Oak Grove, I believe. So yeah, this show we're going to live react to competition results. We're going to when we have time, we'll be able to answer your questions in the live chat. Maybe do a couple predictions near then. So yeah, we're gonna have a lot of fun tonight. Let's get started here for sure. We got 16 viewers in. That's a great amount. So we got 4 results, I believe, in right now. Let me refresh showcore.com one more time. Yep, I think we're still at 4. All right, so we're at 4 results in right now as we speak. Nick Joven, I'm sorry to everybody who I can only accept requests to be in the video from Homeroom just for reasons, but yeah, unfortunately. But if you have something you'd like to say in the chat, please say it, and I will be glad to address it, no matter. So let's get started today. So first we're going to go down to Georgia, to the Tift County Peach State Invitational, where we had a small school comp down in the south, Tier 1, Rome Grand Finale, best vocals, best choreo, best overall effect, clean sweep right there. Oh, this is a Tier 1 division, by the way. Second place, Appling County applause. Third place, Opelika ovations. And in Tier 2, we got Oxford Sound, also with a clean sweep of the division, best vocals, best choreo, best overall effect. And then we got second place Viking Cantors from Lowndes. I'm going to butcher this. Lowndes High School, I think. If you have a pronunciation for that, please put in the chat. And yeah, third place Lakeside Sound Station. So yeah, going forward, this is Rome's second grand champion in a row at this event. They won here last year as well. Rome quickly becoming one of the best programs in Georgia, helping lead them in Appling County, definitely leading a bit of a Georgia show choir revival in recent years, I feel like. In recent years, the only one that we've really seen is Tift out, but I think Rome and Appling County, they both really made a great name for themselves. They both beat Opelika, and Opelika's a very solid group, and yeah, great results here for pretty much everyone. Oxford, great win here as well. And yeah, definitely a fun little small school comp down south. Those are always super fun to watch. You don't really know everybody there, so it's interesting to see some new faces. And yeah, that's pretty much what I got there. John Hersey predictions, I'll do those later. Maybe later if we have time. I do also have a conflict of interest at John Hersey because I'm an alum of a school there, so I can still do predictions. That's not a big deal. So next up, we're going all the way back north to the Andover, New England Show Choir Show. Not Andover. I'm sorry. I goofed already. It's 4 minutes into this. I goofed. We're going to Leominster Flamingo Show Choir Festival. And Mixed Division Tier 1, Daniel Hand Vibe, Best Vocals, Best Choreography, Gold Medal, Grand Championship. Second place, Waltham Music Unlimited. Third place, South Windsor Choral Spectrum. Fourth place, Andover from start to finish. And then in Tier 2, Shepherd Hill Fantasy at the 1. And then Somerset Berkeley Electrify at the 2. Single Clef Shepherd Hill Illusion at the 1, Best Choreo. Andover, Nothing But Treble, second place with vocals. And then Back to Basics from Andover in third place in 2 Best Soloist Awards. So, going off rip, Daniel Hand Vibe, they're undefeated. No, they're not undefeated. They got second at Loveland. They're undefeated in their region, though, this season. and it looks like it's going to keep that way. I know Waltham got the choreo caption at their last couple competitions when they faced each other. So Daniel Hand getting that choreo caption back, big for them going into those last. I think they have one or two more comps left. Two more comps left going into the end of their season. Big momentum there. Waltham Music Unlimited, they're still having a successful season. They're still ahead of most everybody in the circuit. There's some seasons there's just that one group that has your number. But Waltham Music Unlimited, they're still a fantastic choir. Still the top class of New England show choir. And also a very solid result for Choral Spectrums from South Windsor. They've gotten podium and best band at both of their competitions so far. So great. So they're having a great season so far. Also shout out Shepherd Hill for winning both the Tier 2 and single clef divisions. Big win for that program. And yeah, this was a great competition. New England's in the prime season right now. I know it's going to have some visitors soon from the Midwest and Marysville and Troy Buchanan coming up soon. So seeing these choirs are hitting their prime, hitting their stride, and they're going to be ready for whatever comes their way in the future. So going now to Lincoln Northeast The Rock in Nebraska. In first place, best vocals, best choreo, best band, clean sweep, Pius X, The Spectrum. But Pius X Spectrum. Okay, I'm goofing already. This might be a long night. And then first runner-up, Lincoln Chain Reaction, Wahoo Royalty at the third place, fourth place, Standing Bear The Renegades, fifth place, Blair Ovation, and sixth place, Aurora Rhapsody. So right off rip, Pius X, odds-on favorite to win entering this competition, and they proved exactly why. Best vocals, best choreo, best band, clean sweep right there. Big result for Pius X. Oh my! I'm sorry, I keep butchering that. Pius X. So big result for Pius X there, and yeah, I do believe this is their first win of the season. Yep, it is. So congratulations, getting the job done at your last competition. That's always a great feeling, and yeah, big result here for Pius X. Also a great result for Lincoln Chain Reaction here. Lincoln Chain Reaction, they've quietly been having a phenomenal season. They've gotten 2 second place finishes. They made finals at all their competitions, and they've been to competitions. They have been to competitions. So yeah, Lincoln Chain Reaction, great season out of them. And also shout out Wahoo Royalty for making overall podium as a Tier 2 group. Tier 2 groups, not easy to make finals at comps, let alone make podium. And they beat 2 Tier 1 groups in Blair Ovation and Standing Bear the Renegades to do that. So yeah, big result here for Wahoo Royalty. And yeah, this was a great competition here down at Lincoln Northeast. Finally, we go to Totino Grace Show Choir Spectacular in Minnesota. Definitely a bit of a smaller lineup than we saw last year at this competition, but still some very strong choirs making up this lineup. Bemidji Vocal Motive, best vocals, best choreo, finally getting back into that win column after missing it last year. Great result for Bemidji. That's always, like I said earlier, a great feeling getting the job done finally. North St. Paul, great result there, getting on that podium. Aspire Music Academy, definitely another great podium result for you. This is definitely a much smaller program in Minnesota, and yeah, seeing them get on the podium, even if it's a smaller competition, getting on the podium, that's big. That's big. Wisconsin guru William Sacqui in here, and hold on, I think there he is, the man himself.
Hello, I'm glad that I have the reception in Glenwood's auditorium to do this.
Awesome, I am too. So, you've been at Glenwood today. What's it been like? What's your experience been today at Glenwood High
I
School?
have. And my experience has been Clinton Attaché.
Clinton
I saw them
Attaché.
for the okay, I saw them for the first time live in prelims. They stuck Clinton near the end of finals, so we're halfway through finals. We had Mount Zion, Lefem, and then Westfield, and then Sullivan. So I believe Marquette is up next, and then
Awesome.
Clinton, and then Mount Zion swings. So Clinton's been the experience. Yeah, a bit of a
Oh,
smaller field besides that, but what kind of results do we have cooking? Well, I know we were talking about Totino. What were the results there?
Totino, let me go back to that page real quick. Totino, the final results there. Bemidji Vocomotive at the 1, Best Vocals, Best Choreo. First runner-up, North St. Paul, Northern Lights. Second runner-up, Aspire Music Academy, Momentum. Third runner-up, Bemidji Love. I'm gonna butcher this. Sorry, La Voce Ballo. Fourth runner-up, New Prague Emotion. Fifth runner-up, Altoona Locomotion. What are your thoughts
Yeah.
on that?
I mean, I don't necessarily see any surprises, except maybe I mean, it's been a couple years since since I've seen New Prague, but I don't know if I would have put them above Bemidji's girls or not. But otherwise, I mean, New Prague, they only compete a couple times a year, so always good to see them make finals, even if it is at a smaller competition like Totino. But yeah, anything else? I've kind of been out of the loop because I've been at the comp and in the comp day environment. Anything crazy that's happened so far?
No real shockers so far. I know Lincoln Northeast, we saw Pius X take a big win. First win of the season over Wahoo Royalty, Lincoln Chain Reaction in second. And we had Leo Minster, Daniel Hand sweeping. They
Okay.
lost choreo to Waltham the last couple times. This time they got that choreo caption back. And then Tift County, Rome grand finale taking a big win there. Second win in a row at that competition at
Yeah,
Tift.
just quickly off rip. Well, yeah, Rome. I think a lot of people expected them to clear Opelika. Rome, I think, is going to finish this season undefeated in division, which is nuts to say. They ran a bit of a interesting small mix schedule across like Alabama and Tennessee and whatever, but and now an overall event GC. I think a lot of people kind of expected them to clear Opelika. Man, I just wish Oxford Sound would have been up there in that championship division. I got to go. Oh, hold on. No, we're just announcing a missing credit card. Okay. Uh, Hold on. Okay, we're still good. I wish Oxford would have been up there, man. I think Oxford would have given Rome and Opelika both a run for the money on Oxford. I don't think they didn't have an overall event GC. So Oxford Sound, this is my plea. If you're going to go to Tift County next year, opt up to that championship division. I want to see you go for the gold overall. Don't just settle for small mixed. I know you're capable of a lot of that. Daniel Hand coming up with a sweep. I mean, yeah, I mean, that's a good sign as a program if you are losing captions and then at the end of the season you're getting it back. And Lemonster, I believe, held 5 of the 6 large New England groups, and then he threw off a Music Express in there for some good character as well. I think the only one missing was Lowell. So a good battle in between most of New England's large mixed programs. Um, what were the other ones you said? It was Lemons. Oh, Pius. Yeah, I mean, it's good for Ian Mitchell and Austin Altman to get their first win as directors of Pius. I've been on the Pius train since before the pandemic. I have a great devotion to Pope St. Pius X in my personal life. So, just kind of a good connection there. Like, I've driven by their high school before when I'm in Lincoln. Folks who are alumni of there. So, great win for Pius. You said Wahoo was second or Lincoln High was second?
Lincoln High was second, Wahoo third.
Yeah, so this is just a repeat of last week at Norris where we saw Pius in fifth and Lincoln High in sixth. Wahoo, I believe, did get their get back against Blair after Blair won at Bellevue East last week. I think that's just going to go down as one of those. Well, Blair was better on that week. Maybe Wahoo overall had the better season. And both of those things can be true at the same time. Do you know who else were finalists at Lincoln Northeast? I'm curious to see who else made it.
Let me look. I know Standing Bear made it. I just clicked the wrong competition. Standing Bear, Blair, and Aurora.
Okay. Yeah, shout out Aurora Rhapsody. They're a group that not a lot of people know about. For a small school, I feel like they put a lot of numbers on the stage, but they put together good shows as well. And then also Standing There, I mean, that's a young program. That's a growing program. That's a program that's under a good hand in Hunter Bow. I have the utmost confidence in that program as they take more and more students from the student body of what was Lincoln East, because that's how that's going down, is that they're mainly drawing from old Lincoln East areas. We know that Lincoln East is a good program. We know there's talent in those boundaries. I think Standing Bear will continue to grow as well. And then Blair, I think Blair made finals everywhere across 5 comps this season, which when you think of groups who are doing that, Blair Ovation is probably not one of the ones that comes to mind. But when you choose your opportunities effectively, as a small school and you go to competitions where you can succeed, I mean, that's what happens. So a big shout out. I don't know who's directing them this year. I don't know who's choreographing them this year. I don't even know if any of that information is public. But a big shout out to Blair Ovation as well. Lincoln Northeast has been such a place for a lot of groups to shine for a long time. And I'm glad that some of the smaller schools in Nebraska are still kind of getting their due at that event.
For sure, for sure. That's one of my favorite things about Nebraska is that there's so many there's a lot of places for those big schools to shine, but there's also a lot of great places for those small schools to shine and really get those good
For sure.
placements. And yeah, that's what makes Nebraska such a great circuit to watch. And yeah, do we have any other results in now? I know we should have Jasper and DCG in by now, but let me
Yeah.
let me
I think
refresh
DCG
those.
is an easy comp. So it might just spring without a comment. Jasper,
Yeah,
I don't think we're going to get for a while. I mean, because I don't know if I think it was Oak Mountain, Briarwood, and Hamilton were the finalists.
that
Question
that
mark.
looks about right.
Okay.
Um, it said awards were scheduled for like 8, so
Hmm. All right, we got the MC about to walk on stage, so I'm gonna dip. I'll be back after Marquette.
all right, peace out. All right, that was our editor in chief, William Sockwit. I'm, and yeah, he will be back later too, as well on the stream between groups at Glenwood. So, um, yeah. So, do we have any more results in? Let me check. I have like a sheet. I made like a sheet before this that like that's like when are these results going to come in? And yeah, we got Tiff Totino Leominster. I don't know how to pronounce that. He pronounced it differently. Lincoln, and we got Lincoln Northeast for some. Dallas Center Grimes and Omaha North are the ones that should be in by now. But obviously, show choir things go in. Did Fairfield come in? No, Fairfield's going to be at the end of the show. Fairfield, I think those are slated for 11:45, but there was a little chaos at those prelims. Awards, I'm not going to go into it, but Loveland by request did beat Zionsville Royal Ayers in prelims to take the first place spot in a loaded field, which is a huge upset for Loveland. So that's definitely great to look out for. See if Loveland can hold there. But yeah, we won't get Fairfield till 11:45, I believe. And yeah, so if you have any questions, please feel free to put them in the chat. Put them in the question box. I'd love to answer them. If you have any predictions you'd like me to do, um, and yeah. So I'm gonna refresh a couple of these real quick. If Lincoln Northeast, we got that one. What's the other? Omaha North. Omaha North. Nothing from Omaha North. Predictions for Janesville Craig Spotlight. Let's do some Janesville Craig predictions. So hold on. 1 second, 1 second. Oh, okay. Um so at the Craig Spotlight Spectacular, um welcome to the live stream, Mount Zion Swing Stations. He good luck today at Glenwood the event. Also, I also shout out to a great performance at El Paso. I saw you guys last weekend live, and you guys put on one heck of a show. So big shout out to you guys. So now let's get to Janesville Craig. So in finals, in performance order, Onalaska Hilltoppers, Milton Correlation, New London Vision, Fort Atkinson South High Street Singers, Monona Grove Silver Connection, and then performing last, Wheaton Warrenville South, the Classics. So going into this list, yeah, this is I definitely that 1 and 2. I think that's a duel between Onalaska and Wheaton Warrenville South. Wheaton Warrenville South, they haven't had the season that they wanted so far. They've gotten some uncharacteristically low placements, but sometimes you do just have a season like that. But they did get a little momentum back at last weekend at the Sullivan Show Choir Invitational, where they took second place and they rallied to beat Zionsville Coriolaners in finals after being down to them in prelims. So they still got that lock-in factor. So in Onalaska, they started off a little rocky, but they've gotten on track. They're still the Onalaska we all know and love. So yeah, it'll be very close between these two groups. I think both of these groups are in their peak form to end the season. So I'm gonna go. uh, I'm gonna go Wheaton South at the one. This is probably this. I'm from Illinois, so I might be a little biased in this regard. But hold on, my hair's a mess. I'll go Wheaton Warrenville South the Classics at the one with best choreography. Onalaska at the two with best vocals. Give me Monona Grove Silver Connection in the three spot. Monona Grove's had a very great season so far. Consistently notching top placements and very great lineups. Fourth place, give me New London Vision. Fifth place, Milton Correlation. Sixth place, Fort Atkinson South High Street Singers. Got a question. What school did I go to in Illinois? I'm an alumni of El Paso Gridley High School. I was in modulations for 4 years, and yeah, it was an awesome time. I owe a lot of who I am today to that program and to Mr. Schaefer. So yeah, big shout out El Paso, my alma mater. Competing today at John Hersey Chicagoland Showcase. I'm hoping to see a grid placement out of them, out of there, of course. But they're facing some very great some top-notch competition. So I'm very interested to see how they end up doing. So do we have any more results in DCG's and Easy Comp? That they just might need to press the button still. Yes, I have a bunch of friends from El Paso. I'm from Naperville North. Hey, Naperville North, you're also at John Hersey today. Good luck at John Hersey, of course. Great lineup there. Great groups all around. That's definitely one of the marquee Illinois events of the year. So, yeah, shout out Naperville North Entourage. Great program, great shows. And yeah, do we have anything in DCG? Nothing yet from them. Omaha North. No. A lot of these are easy comps, so we'll get them, I believe, soon. West Delaware, they haven't even announced finalists for West Delaware. We might not get that for a bit. So, yeah, it does not look like we have too much in right now. So if you got any questions, anything you want to say in the chat, feel free. I'm riding solo. I'm riding solo for a lot of tonight, so a lot of the night audience is all I got to interact with. So yeah, feel free to ask a question in the chat for sure. What we got? Nothing from DCG yet. What other one did I say? Jasper, we're not getting that one for a bit. Oh, no. Best competition you've ever completed slash watched. The best competition I've ever been to, I got very close to, and that's going to be Show Choir Nationals in 2023 and Wheaton Warrenville South Choral Classic 2024. Those were just two of the best events in show choir history, and I'm very lucky that in my show choir career I was able to be at both of those events and compete with my group in some of the best lineups in show choir history. So yeah, those are. I remember Lynn Marr, when I first saw Lynn Marr live, I was like, okay, I did not know show choir could be like this. And yeah, and also Wheaton Warrenville South, Center Grove, and Los Al, Mitchell, all those amazing groups at that competition. It's just one of those events that comes around once in a lifetime, really, and I'm very blessed to have been able to be at those events. Favorite Preble center stage show? I'm very sorry. I don't think I've ever seen a Preble center stage show. So I don't have a favorite. Have I been to a competition? Preble's was that? I don't actually know. Hold on, let me look. Sauk Prairie. I don't know. I've not seen a Preble center stage show live, so I can't really have a favorite in that regard. I don't know if I've ever even been to a competition where they were at, so No, it doesn't look. It doesn't look like I have. So yeah. Um. So do we have anything new in here yet? We do not, unfortunately. Um. You at Green Bay Southwest next week? Good. Good luck there at Green Bay Southwest. Small but mighty lineup there of great choirs. De Pere Jam Session, maybe the best choir in Wisconsin there. Thoughts on Quincy first GC? Oh, I remember I freaked out last weekend over this on Teardown. Monumental for that program. Ben Dombrowski's doing wonders over there. Those kids deserve it so much. Ben Dombrowski deserves it so much. And yeah, the future of that program is brighter than it's ever been. And I'm very, very excited to see how it continues to grow. So, yeah, those are my thoughts on Quincy's first GC. Do we have anything in yet? There's always, every week, there's always this like little dead period between like the first results we get and then like an hour or so of just nothing coming in. And then gets to like 10:30 and we're going to be like bang, 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 bang. So I'm very excited to see what comes in. We got some very chaotic things going on in prelims, but finals are finals and things change a lot in finals all the time. So we'll see what happens in those finals when they come. Um, Emmitsburg, nothing from them yet. If you have any If you have any results in the chat from Dallas Senator Grimes or Omaha North or Jasper, I think those are the three that, or West Delaware. Those are the four I think that were like slated for right around now. If you have results for any four of those comps, please put them in the comments. I would love to react to them. I would rather be at a show choir competition rather than solo ensemble. Of course. Show choir is a superior choir art form. Just is. Um, Obviously, that was no disrespect there to any other forms of choral arts, but show choir is just the best. Grenada show isn't, and there's usually solo comps at show choir events though, so a lot of times you're getting both. Grenada, what's going on? What's going on? If you have any results at all, show choir is definitely best. Oh yeah, show choir is best. And if you guys have any results at all from any competition this week, please put them in the chat. I've reacted to Tift County, Lincoln Northeast, Totino Grace, and Leominster so far. If you have any others, please put them in the chat. I would love to react to them. I'm just going to refresh Dallas Center Grimes for the 8th time this 5-second period. Nothing from there. Jasper, nothing from there. South Lake Carroll, that we won't get that for a while. Yeah, Omaha North, still nothing from there. Rapec. Rapec prelims. I hope we have an out-of-state show choir comp. You guys should go out of state. Prep. I'd love to see. Yeah. I'd love to see Preble come out of state. Go down to Illinois. I forget. You're in the Green Bay area, so I would be a little far for you. Yeah, if you have the means to, I'd love to see Preble come out of state. Take their shot against some new competition. Yeah, if you got the means, love to see it. How many finalists does Rapec have? One. All right. So All right, still nothing in. Oh, you were at Naperville North at 2020. Oh, you have. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I do not know any Preble ball at all. I really don't. I'm not super familiar with Wisconsin show choir, despite the fact I've competed in Wisconsin a million times in my tenure in show choir. But you were at Naperville in 2020. Naperville 2020. That was one of the best events in Illinois of all time. Some great choirs there, and Davenport Central last year. Davenport Central's very tough Iowa competition to go to for a Wisconsin group. So respect to going to a competition like that. Very tough competition. Did you guys make finals there last year? Let's see. Let's see. Davenport Central. Let's go. Davenport Central 2021, 2025. Yeah. So yeah, Davenport Central is one of the toughest events in Iowa year after year. So big respect to going to a competition like that. No, you did not. Ah. All right. Yeah, it's just one of those competitions. Well, it's hard for almost anyone to make finals. Opinions about Walkie. Understood there's a bit of a down here, but I feel like we were ranked way too low. Walkie, the rankings, if you're referring to those national rankings, there's like a weird formula we use. I have no clue how it works. That's going to be a Nathan or Will question, I believe. But yeah, I don't know anything about that formula. I don't know how it works. Walkie Millennium, I wouldn't say it was. I think the only competition where they really didn't get the result they wanted was at Johnston, but they faced insane competition everywhere they went. They faced Ankeny Centennial and Urbandale twice, two of the best groups in Iowa. So and they also did get a sweep at Des Moines Christian. So they're still a great show choir, and they're going to be a great show choir for year to come. Tony Dan's a great director. He's done great things at that program. So yeah, I'm very excited to see what Walkie does in the future. Rhythm and Gold is too good this year. I agree. Rhythm and Gold, this is their best year ever, I think. And yeah, especially coming off a little bit of a down season last year. Rhythm and Gold, they've just been killing it this year. I think they beat Mitchell, Elkhorn South, Waconia. Some great competition last weekend at O'Gorman, and they end their season at Los Alamitos, which is definitely not a familiar competition for Rig. So yeah, I'm very excited to see how they do at that. So any more results in? Um, it does not look like it. If you have any results at all, please put them in the chat. You have results for Friday? Oh yeah. Yeah, I'll react to Friday night Avon. Um, let's see. These are on showcore.com too, so let me hop on. So Avon, a vocal invitational last night, did a Friday competition for the Tier 3 division. So our grand champion, Danville delegation at the 1, Batesville Singers at the 2 with best vocals. Danville got best visuals. Second runner-up, Beech Grove Jubileers. Third runner-up, Danville Community Varsity Voices. And fifth place, DeKalb Classic Connection. Tier 3 treble, Danville Contemporaries at the 1 with best vocals. And 2, Sudden Impulse, Southmont, best visuals, best band. So go right off rip, big victory for Danville. Their director left the program on a whim in the off season, pretty close to the season, if I remember correctly. So I forgot the new director's name. Let's see. Let's go. Karen Estes. I probably butchered that, but yeah, she's done a phenomenal job keeping that program intact. They're still a very successful program. Great to see, obviously as an Illinois writer, great to see Illinois choir come out with the win here. Shout out Batesville, best vocals. Batesville has been a great vocal group this season, and it's definitely culminated in results like this. And going down, fifth place, DeKalb Classic Connection. Sometimes you just have days like that. DeKalb's still a great choir. I expect them to bounce back at their next competition. Where is that? Columbia City. I still think they can get a great result there. Also, shout out in the treble division, Sudden Impulse Southmont, Rising Star in Indiana, and this is a great result for them taking a caption off Danville, who's done some damage at Indiana competitions in the past. So yeah, great result for Southmont as well. So I got some stuff in the chat. Look at Central Singers Inc. Yeah, Central Singers Inc. Phenomenal season. They beat Ankeny and North Polk at a competition at not Ankeny. They beat Ankeny and Valley at North Polk. That's what. So Ankeny and Valley, two great choirs, and what was I gonna say? And they also beat some very. They won three of their competitions. They only lost one in a split caption decision to Valley. Yeah, Davenport Central. Heath Guimar is cooking with gas over there. So glad to see them get their guy. And yeah, Davenport Central, great season. Are you at any comps this next week? I might be at Wheaton, Warrenville South. I might. We'll see though. I'm not fully decided, but I might be at Wheaton, Warrenville. And we have another result. We do finally have another result in, and this is the Cosby Titan Tournament of Choirs, Mixed Division Tier 1, Pedal Sound Stations with Best Choreography. First runner-up, Hurricane Red Hot, Best Vocals, Best Band. Second runner-up, Matoaka High Impact. Tier 2, first place, Powhatan Residents. Second place, Mills E. Godwin Debut. Third place, Thomas Dale Night Scene. And in the Tier 3 division, Glen Allen Vocal Eclipse at the 1, Polk Wilson, I definitely butchered that, at the 2, and Hanover Sound Effects at the 3. Treble division, Tier 1, Hurricane Heatwave, Best Choreo, Innovation, and Best Band. Innovations Pedal, second place. Tier 2 treble, Harmony Emotion, Douglas S. Freeman. They took best vocals overall in the treble group, so big for them there. Thomas Steele Nightingale at the 2. James River Anything Goes at the 3. Kekutin, definitely butchered that as well. Touch of Jade at the 4. Tier 3 treble, Powhatan Radiance at the 1. Amherst County Bells of Amherst at the 2. A lot of groups at this competition, so let's go right back up. Pedal. Big bounce back win for Pedal after missing finals at Auburn last weekend. Big bounce back win in a national competition in unfamiliar turf against a very strong group in Hurricane Red Hot. This had to have been very close competition. Hurricane's definitely been picking up some steam lately, so yeah, great competition between these two groups. And like I said earlier, shout out Douglas S. Freeman, Harmony in Motion with best vocals over Hurricane Heatwave and Pedal Innovation, two very strong groups. That's a huge result for a Tier 2 program like them. Yeah, other than that, I don't know a ton of Virginia ball, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to comment too much on this, but yeah, this was a great competition for the circuit. Great to see some national competition up in Virginia. So yeah, great competition there. Do we have anything else in right now? From there, Kickitan. Kickitan. Thank you, Will, for that pronunciation. Kickitan, Virginia. I'll have to remember that in the future for sure. Let me go down my mouse. If you can hear my mouse clicking like crazy, I'm sorry. I'm trying to go down the results page. New Palestine, nothing from there yet. North. All right, no results in yet. If you have a question, put them in the chat. If you have anything to say, put it in the chat, please. And and if you have any results, please put them in the chat so we can react to them. All right, I think Will is gonna rejoin us for a second here. Let's get him in here real quick. Hello, Will. Welcome back.
Hello again.
Hello. So we only got one new result in since you left us the first time, and that is the Cosby Titan Tournament of Choirs. There's a ton of groups here, so I'm only going to go through the top few divisions. Um, at Tier 1, Pedal Sound Stations at Grand Champion with Best Choreo, Hurricane Red Hot at the 2 Best Vocals, Matoka High Impact second runner-up, Tier 2, Powhatan at the 1, Millsy Godwin at the 2, Thomas Dale at the 3, Treble Tier 1, Hurricane Heatwave, Best Choreo, Pedal Innovation second, and then Harmony in Motion from Douglas S. Freeman as a Tier 2 group, taking Best Vocals from Hurricane Heatwave and Pedal Innovations at the 1 in their division. So, any thoughts on that?
Yeah, in terms of large mix, those are the placements that I expected. But actually, the reverse captions, I'd seen both of these shows earlier in the season, and I thought that Hurricane was the choreo slam dunk, and Pedal was the vocal slam dunk. That's why I'm not on judging panels because I think things that are just not true. But yeah, I mean, look, Pedal. I was worried for everyone else in this competition because, as the old saying goes, hungry dogs run faster. And Pedal is about as hungry as you get after missing finals at a regional competition for the first time since 2013, I think it was last week. So it's just nutty how much better you can perform when there's some folks at the front of the Glenwood Auditorium that are streaming me right now and are waving to me, which is a bit of a surreal experience. But there's just something about not getting what you want that makes you want it even more. And I think
For
that's
sure.
what Pedal did this week. Hurricane still put up a very solid showing as well. Matoaka, I still don't think they should be slept on. Still a very solid large mix choir. In terms of middle mix, I feel like this is a bit of a Millsy Godwin renaissance here. Like, I can't remember the last time that Millsy Godwin was a good group. This is like that, like nesting mirror thing where it just goes continually into the screens. So I have no idea how much audio you guys are picking up because I'm on AirPod. But in terms of women's, I mean, Douglas S. Freeman, like they have been a powerhouse women's group in Virginia. I don't know if Maddie Gilliland is still their director, but obviously they're still a vocal powerhouse. I have no idea who choreographs them right now, but a good result for DSF, and especially as hopefully they try to work up to that large mix tier again. I think they were small mix last year, or small women's last year. So as they work up to middle women's and then also large women's as well, hopefully in the near future. So those are my thoughts on Cosby.
Awesome. So we don't have any results in but I know you just saw Mount Zion, I believe. Did
I just saw
Oh wait, no,
Marquette.
oh yeah, Marquette. Mount Zion goes. I kept forgetting Mount Zion goes last. But yeah, how was Marquette? Any thoughts on them?
Yeah, it was good. A typical Marquette song or a typical Marquette set of we're going to do some songs. We're not going to have any backdrops. We're not really going to have any props. We're going to do a costume change still, but we're just going to kind of go out there and have fun. And that's what I've come to expect out of Marquette out of these years. It's a bit of a smaller group this year. I think they have less than 30, which is a little crazy considering that they're still competing in open class. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think they'll do enough to beat Sullivan for the three here. But I don't think it will be anything close to either of the top two groups.
Are there any shows today that like really impressed you? Any standouts so far from Glenwood?
I would have to say Sullivan's prelim run really impressed me. Probably one of the cleanest festival or small mix shows that I've seen in a while. So, like they were really, really clean. I think in finals, because I think this is Sullivan's first finals appearance of the season. I think they got gassed a little bit and they lost some of that vocal and visual energy. But Sullivan's prelim run, like Sullivan is like 10 guys away from being like a very legitimate Illinois varsity mix group. And they can simply recruit more guys, like great vocal, great visuals, like vocals will come around, like balance, tone, blend, all that with more guys. They're probably like with the addition of 10 guys immediately like an Oswego or Wabanzi level group.
It's awesome. Yeah, Sullivan, Heather Pistorius has done great things at that program since being hired, and their program they're back on the up after having a little bit of a rougher patch earlier in the 2020s. So yeah, great to see
Mm-hmm.
Sullivan back on the up.
Any comps that we're making predictions for?
Um, I don't. I know somebody said Somebody asked to do Janesville Craig predictions.
Wheaton Warrenville South with choreo and band in first, on Alaska with vocals in second. Monona in third, New London in fourth, Milton in fifth, and Fort Atkinson in sixth.
I think that's about my predictions as well for that competition. So yeah, that'll be a great duel between Wheaton South and Onalaska for that one spot. And it would be Wheaton South's first win of the season if they were to.
And it'd be Onalaska's first win at Janesville Craig. They've never been to the Spotlight Spectacular before.
Hmm,
So as we go down the list of Onalaska winning every competition to have ever existed in the state of Wisconsin, or seemingly what seems to be like that. Like there are very few that are currently going that they haven't won. I think like Sparta is one of them, and Janesville Craig is one of the others. Green Bay Southwest, a very new comp. But in terms of like all your staple comps, like they pretty much won every single one. So definitely something on the line for an Onalaska win here as well.
for sure, for sure. So yeah, nothing in quite yet. Eh, Anybody in the audience, if you want us to make predictions while we got Will here, please let us know. So yeah, nothing coming in from DCG or Omaha North.
Hmm. All right, so Omaha North should be an Omaha South sweep, right?
That's
We're thinking.
I would imagine it's an Omaha South sweep. I don't think there's any
I,
groups quite on their
Okay, and
level.
okay, and on that topic, while I have a moment, Omaha South host exhibition 2 weeks ago, electric. Like
Oh,
they
for sure.
have so like I really appreciate what Tyler Grunemeyer is doing over there because he has like one of the only majority Hispanic show choirs in the United States. And instead of saying like, oh, like we're just gonna like sprinkle in a little bit of Spanish music here or there, it's like actually designing shows that are culturally authentic to what these students are experiencing and what their upbringing is and all that. And so while I didn't understand most of it, El Mismo Sol by Alvaro Soler, just absolutely banger song. And you pair that with Danza Kuduro, which is like a very well known Don Omar song from the 2010s. Like their closer just rocks so much. I'm super excited to see it at Wheaton again. Um, yes, so that is my shout out to Omaha South. Hopefully, I'll give them another one before the night is over.
For sure, for sure. Omaha South, I'm very excited to see them if I do go to Wheaton next weekend.
You should.
I should. I'm hoping. But all right, but we do have a new result in. We do have final results. Oh, we do. Oh, final results from Jasper. Oak Mountain Singers at the one, best vocals, best choreo, best overall effect. First runner up, Briarwood Christian Radica. Second runner up, third finalist, Oak Mountain the Muses. So
Yeah.
that's on that.
I really love Hamilton Legacy. I think a lot of people do. Like, very, very good rookie choir. Love George Walker, their director, choreographer, arranger, everything. But I think like the Oak Mountain Muses were the winner of the single gender division at Auburn, and deservedly so. They're a very potent group. Briarwood, my babies. I very rarely break out that term. I'll say that for like Plymouth, Gretna, and now Briarwood. Um, just their show, like go and watch their show. Just do it. It's on the Tupelo live stream if that's still up. And if not, I really hope someone has a video up. Just the epitome of wholesome show choir. Screaming, crying, throwing up, all of it. But Oak Mountain, they get their win for the year. I believe this is their final competition
I think it is.
because they went to Homewood
Oh,
and
Center Grove and
Center
Auburn.
Grove and Auburn.
I believe this is
Yes.
their final time.
And that's their fourth comp, yeah. Because I think CG was their travel comp this year.
Mhm.
So, yeah, good for Oak Mountain to get their win on the year. Like, it's hard to get wins in the Southern scene. And then when your travel comp is to Indiana and you're facing ridiculously good groups, like, obviously winning isn't everything, but it's good to get a win. And Muses taking that third spot in finals. Shout out to them as well. Like, when you have a majority of groups in finals, like, sometimes we'll see like Ankeny Centennial put three groups in finals, but to see a Southern group do, you don't really see it that often. So, um, really good for Oak Mountain. We're gonna have Clinton go on here in just a second, so I'm gonna dip out, and
All
hopefully I
right.
will return after Clinton Attaché.
All right. All right. So let's go to. So recap on Jasper. Oak Mountain Singers at the one, best vocals, best choreo, best overall effect. Briarwood Christian two at the two, Oak Mountain at the three. Hamilton Legacy, I know they were definitely hoping for a final spot there, but they're still a new choir, and the fact that they've done as good as they have this season already, they have a very bright future ahead of them. So very excited to see what they do. Oak Mountain finally getting into the win column. They face such great competition this season. And yeah, this is definitely a very earned win, very long time coming win for Oak Mountain. So that is it for Jasper, I believe. Anything else new in at the moment? Nothing. Still nothing from DCG. You should watch the Southwest live stream to catch Purple Show. I will do that. Hold me accountable to that. I will. If I'm not at Wheaton next week, I will watch Purple Show on the Green Bay Southwest live stream. So anything new here? Omaha North still not in. So yeah, no new results in as of now. If there is one, I'll send you the link. Thank you. I'm going live from the official homeroom account, so you would just end up sending the link to Ethan or Will probably. But yeah, but I will make sure if there's a live stream to watch a Purple Show on the Green Bay Southwest live stream. Um, any new result in at the moment? It does not look like it. I think we might be getting some. I think our sources might be getting New Palestine results in just a second. But all right. If you guys have any questions if you guys have any questions in the chat, anything, please please ask. Any results, please put them in so we can react to them. For anyone joining now, this is the Teardown live reaction podcast to show choir results. It's all across the nation. I'm Dylan Moss, Illinois contributor from Homeroom. And Will join us again soon, very soon after Clinton. So yeah, just gonna keep going Just gonna keep going here. See if we got anything new. Nothing. Classic should be going up at Craig at about 7 minutes. Go. I'm rooting for Wheaton. I'm rooting for them. I'm rooting for them to get that win finally. All right. Anything else new? DCG. Nothing yet from DCG. Nothing yet from Omaha North still. Nope. If you guys have results from either DCG or Omaha North, please put them in the chat so we can react to them. Westfield Illumination member here. Good luck today at the event. Oh wait, you've already performed, I believe, in your finals, but yeah, good luck at the event. Good luck at awards. Westfield's been a group on the massively on the rise in the last few years. And yeah, it's been pretty exciting to watch. So shout out Westfield Illumination for sure. Do we have anything new from Omaha North for Hamilton Legacy? a new group, Hamilton Legacy, a new group in Alabama who's already been making waves. I talked about them a little bit when we looked over Jasper results, but yeah, very excited to see what that group does in the future. Let's see. So, any Southwest comp will be a little different in their auditorium. It's done in their auditorium. I don't know anything about Green Bay Southwest at the competition or what venue they usually do it in, but all right. Still nothing in from um, still nothing in quite yet. Nothing new in. If you got any questions, please put them in the chat. Any results you'd like. Any new results that I haven't discussed yet, please put them in the chat so we can get so I can discuss those. Mm, just in that little dead period. Just in that dead period. Give it like 15, 30 minutes. We'll be cooking in we'll be cooking in just a few. Just a few. Be cooking. Anything about syndicated sound in Ohio? Tarpon Springs if, I'm assuming we're talking about Tarpon Springs syndicated sound from Florida going to the Fairfield Crystal Classic all the way in Ohio. Definitely was not expecting to see a choir from Florida in Ohio anytime soon, but yeah, I think they won their division in prelims. Let me check. Yeah, they won Tier 3 division against some great choirs in prelims. So yeah, big shout out to Tarpon Springs for making the trip all the way up to Fairfield, Ohio to compete at the Crystal Classic. John Hersey predictions. Let's do it. Let's do some John Hersey predictions. So in finals at John Hersey, um, let's. So John Hersey, I'm gonna do predictions for John Hersey. So in finals we got Noblesville, El Paso Gridley, Wabansie Valley, Chesterton, Naperville, and Wheaton North. My predictions for this one: give me Wheaton North at the one. I'm not gonna do captions because there's a billion ways I could see captions going here. There Wheaton North at the one. Give me Noblesville at the two. Actually, give me Chesterton at the two. Noblesville at the three. El Paso at the four. Naperville at the five, and Wabansie at the six. Those are my John Hersey predictions. So, anything new at all? Still nothing new. Nothing new. We're still in that little dead area. Um, still nothing new here. Scrolling through. I guess let's. It's easier to do like top five Gatorade. Oh, let's do this. This is a good one. I was about to say it's easier to do like activities while we wait when I have Chris and Courtney with me, but I don't have them today, so it's a little hard to do that. Top five. So I need the audience to give me some ammo in that regard. Top five Gatorade flavors. Ooh, I got it. Let me cook here. Let me cook. Give me Cool Blue at number one. Orange at the two. Very close. Very strong. Two very strong players there. At the three, give me Lemon Lime. All-time classic flavor. It's I think it's the original one. Either that or orange is the original. I forget which, but Lemon Lime. All-time classic flavor of Gatorade. Um, at the four spot, I bet a bit of a sleeper pick here at the four spot. Give me Glacier Cherry. Great flavor of Gatorade. Nice little. It's not quite as strong as most other Gatorade flavors, but but still very good. But I think that works in its favor quite a bit. Yeah, Glacier Cherry, great flavor of Gatorade. At the five spot, there's a few I could put at the five spot here, but at the five spot, I'm gonna go. Give me grape. This might be a controversial one. Get me this might get me canceled honestly, but grape at the five. Great. It's just a great flavor. It's one of those flavors that you're not always in the mood for it, but when you're in the mood for it, it absolutely hits. So I'm gonna put Gatorade, grape Gatorade at my five. So recap Gatorade rankings: Cool Blue, Orange, Lemon Lime, Glacier Cherry, Grape. Yeah. So while I was talking about Gatorade, did we get any new results in? We did not. So if you got any questions in the chat about, so appreciate the honesty. If you could create a competition, what groups are you bringing? Give me Los Al, Clinton, Center Grove, Carmel, Linn-Mar, Burroughs, Burbank. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Well, I'm not just kidding. That's definitely the safe pick. Just put all the Titans in one competition. All right, so I'm gonna go for a top six. Let's limit tops. I'm gonna go for a top eight. Let's limit it to like three Titans, three of like your Los Al, Center Grove, Clinton, Linn-Mar type groups. Give me Linn-Mar, Clinton, and do I want to go Burbank? Give me Center Grove at the three. Get Linn-Mar, Clinton, Center Grove. Those are my top three. And then for my other groups, I'm just gonna list off some. I would want to see. Well, I just think what would make a good competition: Omaha West Side, Marysville, Homewood, Wheaton, Warrenville South. Give me Grenada, and give me. Let's go Walking Northwest. Those are like my top eight groups I would bring. If I was making like a Wheaton South 2024 type lineup, those are my top eight groups I would bring to this competition. A lot more groups I would love to bring, but those are my top eight for sure. Wheaton North and South Glaze is gone. Wheaton South's a good group. I'm not glazing them. I'm just saying they're a good group. There's about a billion groups I could glaze. How do we think Pendleton is going to go? Let's go look at some Pendleton. Let's go look at some Pendleton. So where is that? All right. So Pendleton Heights, mixed division, tier one. I'm gonna go the tier one division, and then I'm gonna go tier one treble. So at the tier one, Center Grove Sound System, Fisher's Electrum, Franklin Central FC Singers, Lawrence Central Sound. Tier one treble, Lawrence Central Suites, Center Grove Deptones, Fisher Sound, Franklin Central High Voltage. So mixed division, Center Grove. Give me Center Grove with the sweep. Franklin Central at the 2, Fisher's at the 3, Lawrence Central at the 4. And then for the Tier 1, give me Fisher Sound at the 1, Deptones at the 2, High Voltage at the 3, and give me Lawrence Central Suites at the 4. So those are my things. Powerhouse or Sound FX, we will find that out later tonight. Based on the videos I've watched, give me Los Al. Not by a lot, but just give me Los Al based on the visuals on the videos I watched. But that'll be a great. But that's a matchup that could go either way, as per usual. And very excited. I don't know if we're gonna get that result in on the show tonight, but I'm very excited to see how that goes down later on. So nothing new coming in so far. We're almost there. I feel any day now we're due for some new results. What do I think of Burbank's show this year? Burbank might be the best vocal show this year. Their vocals are absolutely insane. Their choreo is great too. Their vocals though they're just unstoppable. Honestly, think Pendleton's Univoice could go any one way. Yeah, those top 3 groups would not be shocked to see them go anyway. Gretna has finished. Lewis Central results to follow relatively soon. Good to hear. Good to hear. Especially with Depth Zone second place, and then Voltage beating Sound, and then Sound beating Carmel Accents. Yeah, Indiana single gender's been quite the roller coaster this season. Now, I think the only big group is Zionsville that's undefeated. But yeah, Indiana single gender they're just going any which way this year, and it's been very fun to watch. See how those choirs have been going. At one time period, did they talk about Islander Invite in the 28th? We did talk about that last weekend, and I think the weekend before. So those 2 streams are on YouTube and on Instagram, so definitely go check those out. We do talk about Grand Islander Invite. Anything else to say? Anything else? No. So we're just gonna keep waiting for those results to come in. What time period? In the video, I don't remember. You might have to do a little digging. I don't remember what time period we talked about those in the video, but they're somewhere. I wish I could give you a little more guidance, but I can't really do that. Just gonna refresh a bunch of SCC pages right now, see if I can't get anything. Any results at all, please? Early on or later on? Early on or later on? I want to say like in the middle. I'd say more in the middle. But thoughts on SCA? Have you been? I've not been to SCA. I don't have a ton of thoughts in that. I've had some friends go. They said it's a good time. So TG Totino Grace. I talked about that earlier in the stream. The stream will be on Instagram and on YouTube later on. So definitely go check them out. That out if you want to see my discussion about Totino Grace. But we do have some results in finally. Finally got some new results. New Palestine Clash of the Choirs 2026. Tier 1, Grand Champion Ben Davis premieres. Lawrence Central in the 2. Decatur Central in the 3. Best Visuals and Best Vocals both went to Ben Davis. Next Division Tier 2, Roncalli, Early Rhapsody at the 1 with Best Vocals and Best Choreo. Newcastle at the 2. Batesville at the 3. Triple Division Tier 1, Ben Davis at the 1, Lawrence Central at the 2, second runner-up, Decatur Central at the 3. Best Visuals and Best Vocals both went to Ben Davis. Tier 2 treble, Newcastle at the 1, Southmount at the 2. Best visuals and best vocals. That both went to Newcastle. No real shocks here. No real shocks here. Ben Davis is a great program, great singing program, and they took a commanding sweep of this competition in both of their divisions. So that's a big result for their program. Roncalli, that train keeps chugging along. They're getting some ahead of some very solid groups, and yeah, shout out to groups like Southmont and I think Lawrence Central and what was the other one? Southmont, Lawrence Central, and Batesville. Shout out those groups. This is their second time competing this weekend, so that's definitely a lot. So big congrats, big shout out to those groups sticking with it and competing twice in one weekend. So anything new from SEC yet? Still nothing from Dallas Center Grand. I swear these results were due like an hour, 2 hours ago. I don't. And then Omaha North, nothing from there yet. So we're still waiting on some results for sure. If you have any of those results from Dallas Undergrounds or Omaha North, please put them in the chat so I can discuss them. Web City, that one should be in by now as well. Never mind, that's not coming. Never mind. Wait, what did I say I was gonna? Oh, that one's like behind. Oh, okay. Never mind. We're not getting Web City for a bit still. What do you think makes a great show choir? More the kids or the director? Yes. Yes, I don't think one really influences the other too much. Like, you need the talent. You need the talent in both areas to succeed, but yeah, that's definitely a varied answer for sure. I think that's the question that you'll get a different answer from whoever you discuss it with, but yeah. I can't really say one is overwhelmingly more influential than the other. I think they're both pretty necessary to the success of a group. But um, I mean, nothing from Emmitsburg yet. Nothing. We're still waiting on some new results. So if you got anything in the chat, questions, predictions, any results from a competition I haven't talked about yet, please put them in the chat. Audience is all I got to interact with tonight for at least this period of time. So yeah, please, if you got anything, please put it in the chat. Um, anything new? Anything new? Nothing too new here. Couple of minutes before Matt. All right, I think Will is coming back for a second before Mount Zion goes on. Welcome back.
Thank you very much.
So how was Clinton? Oh,
Your Clinton was Clinton, man.
Clinton was Clinton
They come out and you're like, that's the textbook definition of show choir.
for
It just
sure.
is. It feels right. It feels like a professional production. Um, the New Palestine results, eh?
Oh, yep.
Ben Davis is just kind of there right now where they can roll up to a competition that may not attract any of the top dogs per se and kind of be the best in class. And I think there's definitely something to be said for that because you know, when there are like six different competitions in Indiana each weekend, there's only so many can go to each one. And if you're able to be the best in class, I mean, this is Ben Davis's what third win over the past two seasons. So um, definitely a solid showing there for Ben Davis. Anything else come in during the break?
I don't believe so. It's been a little slow so far, but
Wow.
we're gonna get we're gonna get them soon.
It's been wow. Yeah, because it's been like a full half hour since I've been on the show. I think you only had one set of
Yeah,
results pop in. That's kind of wild. Well, hopefully that means that we get a run of them here pretty soon. We're almost halfway through the show,
for sure.
so we've got I think we've got 30 comps this weekend. So there's definitely a lot of stuff that should be coming in. Whether it does or not is a different matter entirely. But
Yeah, there's a
yeah,
few that should have results in by now, but we just don't got them.
what are some of the chaos watches that you're looking at for
Some of the
results that haven't come in yet?
oh, we got a few. We got a few. So I already mentioned earlier, Loveland beating Zionsville at Fairfield in an upset to take the one spot. Not to mention beating Millard West, Brandon, Plainfield, a bunch of great groups to do that. So Loveland, they might be back in like prime form if they're winning this. So that's definitely one to
Well,
watch
Loveland, if you could snap in a prime form by the time I watch you at Showcore Nationals in 2 weeks, I'd really appreciate it.
for sure.
I just want to
And
see all the best shows I can.
and what else? There's also this is a result we're not getting by the time the show's over, but I guess I should say it anyway. The Luxy Gulf Coast Classic. The,
We will not be getting that.
we will not be getting that now, but the chaos in the South is just not stopping. Northwest Rankin, the Ambassadors, are in first place, ahead of Grenada Visions,
Where,
and
where's where was and that was not factoring in Tupelo though, right?
that's not. I don't know where Tupelo is in relation to them. Tupelo could be ahead.
That oh. Northwest pulling this off when they already know that their director is going somewhere else next year. So with
Yeah.
Brandon Elite and Madison Central to go on their calendar. At least for sure Madison Central and I think Brandon would be nuts. Like this, no joke, would probably be the biggest win Northwest has ever had in program history because they only have four of them right now. So I'm pretty sure I'm running through my brain. And I'm like, what's the biggest one been? And I think probably last year Brandon's. I think this would be bigger than that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This would be humongous if Northwest Rankin does pull this off. But other than that, there's like one more I forgot about.
We looking at Fort Madison,
Fort Madison, what's going on there?
and then we have
Oh
isn't
yeah,
there a
no,
winner
Hannibal
in
beat
prelims?
Southeast Polk in prelims at Fort Madison.
Did it have a third place choir?
I think Quincy was in first. Quincy was in
Okay,
first or third in the division.
okay.
But
Yeah, Hannibal, man, they're sneaky good. People forget about
oh
them
yeah,
because they're not in St. Louis and they're not in Kansas City and they're not in Iowa. They're just kind of out there, and they're good. Like they just are. I feel like they piece together one or two wins every season, and at the end of that event, you're like, huh. I didn't really know if Hannibal would take that one, but they did. So
oh
yeah,
yeah,
I mean, because I believe Hannibal won 2 weeks ago at Rockbridge, so should be their second win of the season, and it'd be a really good get for them.
yeah for sure. Hannibal, they've got hands. They have absolutely got hands. They're sneakily becoming one of the best. They're sneakily one of the best squads in Missouri. And yeah, if they could pull this off against Southeast Polk, who's having a great year so far, that would be huge for them for sure.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So, do we have anything coming in yet? Still, nothing coming in. Still, this is
Can you guys hear the music that they're playing in the Glenwood Auditorium right now?
what are they playing?
Uh, eh, I'm just they're playing it so loud that I'm like, there's no way you can't hear. But maybe the AirPods really are just that good
I can
at the
hear you
noise
perfectly
canceling.
fine.
Okay, they're playing low right now by Florida. Um, and there's a Westfield flash mob going on. And they have gotten the parents to join in the flash mob. And I don't know the last time I saw parents in a flash mob. I don't. Okay. Anyway, why do we? What do we think is going to happen at Sioux City East?
Sioux City East. Let's go. Let's talk about that. So Sioux City East in finals: Bishop Heelan Harmonia Mundi, Sioux Center Satisfaction, Gretna East Equinox, Elkhorn North Adrenaline, Mitchell Friend DQ, Sioux Falls Roosevelt Executive Suite. We do have a sneak peek at the top three in prelims, which were third place Harmonia Mundi, second place Elkhorn North, first place Gretna East in prelims. So Mitchell out of the top three, Sioux Center out of the top three. Any thoughts on that?
Well then, I mean, Heelan has the potential. Like, you remember their late season run last year, where like they
Oh
were
yeah.
defeating Hastings and like defeating Sioux City East, and what was a great Sioux City East year. Like, they have the potential, and if this is the comp where it flips on, then great. But like, it's just one of those comps where you look at it and you're like, that like Gretna is probably going to play so much, but besides that, like anything in between, it's like, sure, champ, you got it. Like, Elkhorn North upsets Gretna East. I wouldn't be surprised. Mitchell down the top three in prelims wins the thing. Sure. I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
there's just something so great about this competition. I think it's just the pure, like, Sioux Center on a great year. Thielen finally turning the corner this year. Elkhorn North in their best year ever. Gretna East in a phenomenal year. Okay, hold on. There's going to be like a conga line happening. Yay! Um, but just all the groups that are kind of going together at Sioux City East. Um, I don't even know what I'm trying to say anymore. Um, yeah, there's a lot more where this conga line came from. And if you're watching live, congratulations for sticking it out. Oh, we're not even at the end of it yet. We're still going. We're still going. The MC is on stage for Mount Zion, so I think this is going to end in a little bit, but they're probably still going to let the kids have their fun. Okay, I think that's it. Um, yeah, so we've got one more performance. I will try to be live during the final awards,
All right.
just so that if anything weird happens, we can digest it in real time. I'll probably pop off for a little bit to get myself out of the school, and then hopefully try to anchor the show from pretty much like 11 o'clock onward.
All right. All right. All right.
Oh dear. All right. The MC just said some stuff, so I'm gonna pop off in advance of Mount Zion, and we'll see you on the other side for Glenwood Awards.
See you on the other side. All right. Once again, William Silkwe. And we got some new results in. Finally got Omaha North. Omaha South, the Ambassadors, best vocals, best visuals at the 1. Berg Synergy at the 2. Elkhorn Excel at the 3. Council Bluffs Lincoln at the 4. Omaha South Amplify at the 5. And then Omaha Northwest Crown Point Majestics at the 6. No real shockers here. I think Omaha South was pretty much the odds-on favorite going in, and they proved that they were the right group to pick as the odds-on favorites. And yeah, shout out Omaha South. They're going on, I think, 2 wins this season, which is major for them. And Berk Synergy, Elkhorn Excel, both getting solid placements as well. Yeah, great little smaller competition out in Nebraska. The smaller school Nebraska competitions are always fun to watch, and yeah, great competition all around. So anything new coming in? Predictions for Glenwood. You just missed well at Glenwood, but yeah, I'll drop a few. So I'll do the predictions for both large mixed finals and single gender finals. Large mixed finals: Clinton at the 1 with the sweep, Mount Zion at the 2, Marquette at 3, Sullivan at 4. Single gender finals: 2 choirs, Westfield at the 1 with a sweep, and then Mount Zion Les Femmes at the 2. Actually, a chaos watch that I missed when we were talking about that is Mount Zion Les Femmes finally taking down You've Got Mail to take that final spot, and Yeah, it's finally took it down. That definitely took them a long time to. But looks like they finally found that little spark, and looks like yeah, they're back in good form, and they'll be a threat next weekend at Wheaton South. Is that where Will is? Yes, Will is at Glenwood this week. So any new competitions? I don't think so. Um, anything? So let's refresh SEC a little bit. I'm at South Lake exhibition is about to start. That's awesome. That's awesome. Another Chaos Watch at South Lake. I did not remember any Chaos Watches from earlier today. I'm so sorry. South Lake Keller Central Voices of Central are in first ahead of Broken Arrow. Broken Arrow hasn't lost in Texas since like the War of 1812. So if Voices of Central is able to take down Broken Arrow, that would be massive. That would be absolutely massive. Anything new from Nothing from Pendleton. All right. So let me refresh DCG a few more times. It's Craig looking like. Oh wait, no, Craig only has a daytime live. Hold on. So, Pendleton results coming in. Oh, we're getting Pendleton results. Pendleton results coming in hot. All right. So we also got Lewis Central results in the comments, but let's go over these Pendleton results first. Festival Univoice, second runner-up, Franklin Central, first runner-up, Fishers, grand champion, Center Grove. Small Univoice, first runner-up, Washington, grand champion, Fairfield. Large Univoice, second runner-up, Franklin Central. And then we got a tie for grand champion between Fisher Sound and Center Grove Debtone. That's not something you see every day. Festival Mixed, first runner-up Center Grove Prep Group, and then grand champion Franklin Central's Prep. Small Mixed, first runner-up Columbus East, grand champion Fairfield, best choreo, best vocals. Large Mixed, second runner-up Fishers, first runner-up Franklin Central, best band, grand champion Center Grove, best choreo, best vocals. Reign of Center Grove continues. This was probably their biggest test thus far, and they passed it with flying colors with a big sweep. And yeah, Center Grove, all the momentum going into nationals, which that's the next competition is at Show Choir Nationals. All the momentum going in there, and then a tie is not something you see every day because from what I've heard, they scored the same, but they did not break it at all. So yeah, definitely. So yeah, Center Grove and Fishers. That's like just the most. Like we said, Indiana single gender is all over the place. That's the most like indicative thing that is all over the place. So yeah, great. So yeah, this is definitely an amazing competition, and great to see just how close it was in so many of these divisions. But yeah, and we did have Lewis Central results are in as well. Grand champion Gretna Revolution, best vocals, best visuals, best band. Papillion La Vista South Titanium at the 2, Lincoln East at the 3, Miller South at the 4, Papillion La Vista South Titan Radiance at the 5, and Gretna Evolution at the 6. Titanium flipping placements from Lincoln East from last weekend at, I believe, actually no, was it last weekend? No, from South Omaha Classic 2 weeks ago. To Papio South game back at Lincoln East. placing ahead of them when Lincoln East placed ahead of Papio South the last time they faced. That's just such a neck and neck matchup between those two groups. They're both right at that same level. That's always going to be. You never know where they're going to place in relation to each other. And also a big win for Gretna. Their final competition going out with a bang. Yeah, big win for Gretna. Neck and neck matchup between Lincoln East and Papio South. And yeah, great competition overall. Also shout out Gretna and Papillion La Vista South for both programs got their two groups in finals, so that's definitely big for them as well. So it looks like we're finally gonna get results coming in hot, and I'm gonna go turn on some like live stream and see if I can't see if something's happening. What's going on? Finals awards are coming up at Craig Spotlight Spectacular. I think Emmitsburg awards are happening right now, so and that if that's what's happening. Yeah, let's see. Let's turn on that stream. Except I can't hear anything. Oh, never mind. Emmitsburg awards are on now.
Let me make sure. Should have. You guys lined up in order of the trophies there?
I'm watching Emmitsburg results live, I think. So
Just six. Sixth, fifth, fourth, third, second, first, right? Let's hope we have best band or best choreography as well. Is he still with it?
actually, wait, hold on.
Hard work and sharing your love.
Actually, I think Craig results are also on. I'm gonna switch over to Craig. Let's see. I'm gonna watch this. I want to watch this video. So
Everyone did such a wonderful job. First,
Have I
we would
reacted?
like to announce
I did just
for the
not
best
too long ago.
vocal awards,
So
which goes
yeah,
to
definitely a crazy result to see that time.
Hilltoppers Unalaska High School.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next up, we would like to announce the awards for Best Choreography, which goes to
Oh wait.
Hilltoppers.
Oh, I'm last the best choreo. I think they got best vocal. They might have got best vocal. Also, I think you might see an Alaska win. Or
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment we've all been waiting for. We will announce the results from your finals performances.
all right, finals results.
Parker, would you like to announce who
I
got?
suppose I shall. You guys want me to announce, or should I hang out for a bit? Should I announce? Okay, sixth place.
Sixth place.
Drum roll, please. Correlation, Milton High School.
Milton and Correlation in sixth place in finals. That's great. We're rocking three results live right now. Milton Correlation sixth place.
And now for our fifth place, can I please get a drum roll?
Fifth place at Craig.
New London High School Vision!
New London Vision fifth place at Craig.
In fourth place, drum roll, please.
Fourth place at Gainesville Craig.
South High Street Singers.
Fort Atkinson fourth place. Big result for Fort Atkinson.
All right, we're getting closer to number one. For our third place, may I please have an extra loud drum roll?
Third place at Gainesville Craig.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Monada Grove, Silver Cups.
Monada Grove, third place at Gainesville Craig.
And now. Got so quiet.
The big moment.
The big moments. Our first runner-up this evening. Extra loud drum roll, please.
First runner-up at Gainesville Craig.
The Classics.
Wheaton South first runner-up at Gainesville Craig. I did not get captain. I think Onalaska got Florida. I think they got Vocals as well. So I think this is an Onalaska seat.
One thing.
Grand champions of
Onalaska Hilltoppers. Grand champions at Janesville Craig, and I believe a sweep. So Onalaska ending off with a bang, taking down Wheaton Warrenville South. Yeah, big result, big win for Onalaska here. First ever win at Janesville Craig. And like Will said earlier, just adding to the Wisconsin comps, many Wisconsin comps that Onalaska has won in their many years as a program. And also huge result for Fort Atkinson. I don't think they made finals at all this season, and now they just got fourth at Janesville. So yeah, big result for Fort Atkinson. Yeah, just nice little way to end off with a bang in Wisconsin. So actually, no, this isn't last Wisconsin competition, but for a lot of groups, this is their last competition. So yeah, so we also got results in from Churubusco here. Lafayette Jefferson, first edition, best vocals, best choreo. Homestead Class Royale, first runner-up. Second runner-up, Northrop Charisma. Fourth place, Anderson Singers Unlimited. Fifth place, I cannot speak today, I'm sorry. Shelbyville Synergy. I need to take more time when I'm speaking these. Treble finals, Lafayette Jefferson Expression is best vocals. Homestead Elite, best choreo. Tier 2, Anderson Singers Unlimited, best choreo. Shelbyville Synergy, best vocals. Acapella from Lafayette Jefferson in third. And fourth place, Brave Generation out of Belmont in. Yeah, so Lafayette Jefferson, they were the expected winners, and they took a big sweep, best vocals, best choreo, over Homestead and Northrop. And yeah, big shout out to Anderson and Shelbyville for making finals here ahead of some very good groups. And yeah, nothing too shocking here, but yeah, this was very great competition for a lot of groups. And yeah, that's all I really have to say about that. So I was watching Emmitsburg. I was watching the Emmitsburg stream earlier, so I wonder if if their awards are done. Hold on.
Thank you for your service. Thank you for your dedication to your program. If you're an underclassman, let's run it back and show us that's one.
Hold on.
We're going to jump into the awards. So in the awards, we're going to start.
Let's watch Emmitsburg.
Sixth place this evening.
Sixth place.
Wisconsin small. Okay.
Emmitsburg, sixth place.
Yeah, thank you. Whoever started that. The sixth place this evening in extravaganza.
Hinton Soundwave, sixth place at Emmitsburg Extravaganza.
Fifth place.
Fifth place at Emmitsburg Extravaganza.
Fifth place in extravaganza goes to Sioux Falls, Washington State Light.
Sioux Falls, Washington stage lights, 5th place. At the Emmitsburg Extravaganza.
Fourth place. Fourth place tonight.
Fourth place.
Fourth place extravaganza goes to Spirit Lake Music Factory.
Spirit Lake Music Factory, 4th place at Emmitsburg Extravaganza.
All right. We gave out best choreography earlier, right?
Yeah, the best went to
Read it. Best card, we don't have the score, sorry. We already gave it out, but they put it on the sheet, is easy comp. Robot's gonna robot. Best choreography goes to Classic Connection.
Sioux Falls, Washington Classic Connection in best choreo.
Give a step back and do it. That would be weird. All right, third place. Third place tonight in the finals. Extravaganza.
Oh, Gorman Innovation, 3rd place at Emmitsburg.
All right, next award we have this evening. Best vocals.
Best vocals. Sioux Falls, Washington Classic Connection, best vocals, which means a sweep. Because they also got best choreo. So I would imagine your first runner-up would be Harrisburg Eclipse, and then
Anybody want to give a speech for me? If you've been paying attention, once I announce second, you know who got first. We don't cheer because they said someone else's name. We cheer because second place was a fantastic group, did amazing, right? All 6 of these groups are fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, drum roll, please. Your runner-up this year at Emmitsburg Extravaganza.
all right, Harrisburg Eclipse first runner-up. Just stayed in there to make sure nothing too crazy happened, but that would mean your grand champion would be Sioux Falls, Washington Classic Connection at Emmitsburg Extravaganza. So in 6th place, Hinton. 5th place, Sioux Falls, Washington, Stage Lights. 4th place, Spirit Lake Music Factory. 3rd place, O'Gorman. 2nd place, Harrisburg. 1st place with a sweep, Sioux Falls, Washington Classic Connection. So Sioux Falls, Washington, another group that entered as favorites, and they proved exactly why they were the favorites with a commanding sweep over the rest of this field. Shout out Harrisburg for getting a great 2nd place finish. This is definitely a smaller program in South Dakota, so they're definitely making some waves in that with some of the placements they've been getting as of late. So definitely good for them. And yeah, other than that, nothing too shocking here. Shout out Hinton for making finals as a tier 3 group out of multiple tier 2 groups. And yeah, great, nice little small school competition. And good win for Sioux Falls, Washington. All right. Anything new? Yeah, let's look at Hertzie. I think those results should come in sometime soon. Nothing in from Hertzie yet. We should be getting those any minute now. Well, anything about Glenwood, we should be getting that pretty soon. So, I'm gonna refresh this a couple times. If you got any questions at all in the chat, anything, feel free to put that in there. Let's look what Glenwood is right now. Glenwood, Mount Zion did go, so we should be getting awards sometime soon. Will hop into those when he's available. Glenwood Awards about to start. Let's go. Final words at Glenwood should be starting anytime now. All right, I'm just gonna refresh this a bunch of times while we wait for Glenwood Awards. If you got anything, put it in the chat, please. Hold on. I'm hearing some stuff out of John Hersey right now that is a little wild. I'm gonna wait to see what those results end up being, but hold on. All right, Room One grade champions. We did discuss that earlier in the live stream. This will be on YouTube and Instagram later on, but hold on. I'm hearing some stuff out of John Hersey that is wild. I need those results in now, like I need water. Hold on. Hold on.
Are you ready?
Glenwood, the Nords are starting.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a wonderful day. We are so thankful y'all chose to come out here to little old
Okay,
Canton,
Glenwood
Illinois,
are starting.
Springfield.
I heard some
This year. Hey, let's give
Percy
another big
is.
round of applause for all of our finalists
We'll
tonight.
wait to see. We'll get those results in on showpride.com, and then I got some stuff to say about what happened there. Just a little teaser.
Now let me give you 30 minutes of my best
Let's
speeches.
talk
No, I'm just
about.
kidding. No, you want to hear some awards. So let's start with single clef finals. Okay. First runner-up, single clef finals. Mount Zion LaFemme.
Hold on. Will's coming in. I think he's with Glenwood Awards.
Cheers.
No. So, all right.
Sullivan, third runner up.
Sullivan, third runner up.
Yeah.
Sullivan, fourth. Marquette, second runner up.
Hold on, they haven't announced that yet.
Marquette.
Second runner, Marquette. Mount Zion, second place. They didn't even do captions.
Mount Zion, second place.
Mount Zion, second. So I assume all the captions are going to go to Clinton then.
Yep.
Yeah, Clinton takes both. I'm going to get out of the school here, and then I'll rejoin you in a hot minute.
All right.
Burke Synergy got hands.
Burke Synergy got hands. All right. So we're going to wait to elaborate on those until Will gets back on the stream because he was there. But we do got Fort Madison results to talk about. Grand champion, Hannibal River City Review, best vocals. Ramification Southeast Polk, best choreo. Quincy Electric Blue, and third. Mount Pleasant in fourth. Central Lee in fifth. Southeast Polk vocal gold in sixth. Huge win for Hannibal, taking down a very, very strong Iowa choir in Southeast Polk. Hannibal, just one of the most sneaky good choirs you'll see. They got hands. They've absolutely got hands, and they just proved it today, taking down Southeast Polk in very familiar territory for Southeast Polk. They pretty much go to this competition every year, but yeah, big win for Hannibal here. Also, big win for Quincy, continuing a very successful season for Quincy with a podium finish. Quincy is a choir that before this year they made finals once in a blue moon. Now they got a grand champion and a podium finish under their belt. So yeah, like I said earlier, Ben Dombrowski and Quincy, very bright future ahead for that choir. But yeah, big win for Hannibal, best vocals. Yeah, huge. Glenwood the event, we got those. So, like I said, we're gonna wait till Will gets back to talk about Glenwood the event because he was there and hold on, I accidentally. Hold on, I need to update the doc that has all the grand champions of the day on it, but yeah. Awards for Southlake are about to start. Does that have a live stream? It does not. Okay, it's nothing coming in. Let's talk about Glenwood. So, Clinton Ashett, the one, best vocals, best choreo. This is a little recap. Best vocals, best choreo, Clinton won. Swing Stations, Swing Stations at the 2, Marquette at the 3, Sullivan Singers at the 4, Westfield at the 1 and single clef, and then Latham's at the 2 with single clef. The biggest surprise happened in prelims at this competition, I feel like, where Latham's beat Mount Zion. You got Mail to make finals, and big victory for Latham's finally taken down. You got Mail. But yeah, other than that, Clinton, they're inevitable. It's Clinton. I don't know if I'm going to see Clinton lose a comp in my lifetime at this point. They're just, wherever they go, they're going to win. And yeah, that's about, shout out Sullivan getting in finals for the first time this season. Yeah, nothing too terribly crazy happening at Glenwood. But I do hear there was some craziness that happened to John Hersey. Once those come in on showguard.com, I will be all over those. But for now, hold on. I'm doing a little questioning right now. All right. So I'm here. We're getting results in. John Hersey's in. Okay. We need to talk about this one. This is Illinois. You get one expected result in Illinois, and then you get whatever this is. So, first place, Wheaton North Flight, best vocals, best choreography. Second place, Wabanzi Valley sound check. I don't know if I'm allowed to even be saying this, but Wabanzi Valley was 6th in prelims. They jumped all the way to second place in finals. Third place, Chesterton Sandpipers. Fourth place, El Paso Gridley Modulations. Fifth place, Noblesville NHS Singers. And then, sixth place, Naperville North Entourage. Wabanzi Valley, where did this come from? Where did this come from, Wabanzi? You just randomly took down 4 very good choirs to take second place. The only one you didn't beat was Wheaton North, who's, I think, cemented themselves as the best choir in the state of Illinois pretty easily with this one today. But yeah, Wabanzi? Where'd this come from? Where'd this come from, Wabanzi? Yeah, Wabanzi. This is probably the best result they've gotten since 2020. Maybe the best result since this is probably the best result they've gotten since Seth Durbin left. Yeah, huge shout out to Wabanzi, just shattering everybody's expectations this season. Wheaton North cementing themselves as the best choir in Illinois. I think it's pretty safe to say they are after this win. El Paso Gridley, solid result for El Paso, and Chesterton taking down Noblesville and Naperville North. Naperville North has kind of been a thorn in El Paso's side the past couple of years, but El Paso taking down Noblesville, who's had a very solid year as well. Solid result from El Paso, great result from Chesterton. Yeah, good results pretty much all across the board, but Wabanzi, if you can do this at Wheaton, you might be looking at podium at Wheaton, which, Wabanzi is choral classic. Like, they're the wingest choir there. If Wabanzi can do this here, they might be able to do something crazy at Wheaton Warrenville South. So yeah, very excited to see what happens at Wabanzi. What happens at Wheaton Warrenville South? Because that comp's going to be crazy. I don't know what's going to happen there. Good roll for the night. Okay, we're going to get Will in here one more time. This is think he's going to be in here for the rest of the night now. Um, Will,
Yeah, great result for Wabanzi.
yeah. I wanted to talk about Glenwood with you, but I think this is a more important matter right here. What
Yeah,
do you
I'm gonna
think?
kill the video because I'm gonna start driving, but I'll still be here.
All right. What do you think about? What do you think, just overall?
This feels like one of those vintage Illinois competitions that we've been missing for a couple years.
Yeah.
Probably the last one that falls into this category was Glenwood 2023, where and maybe the contenders were of a bit higher of a caliber at the event in 23, but there were just so many groups here where you're like, there is the potential for something to happen. You just don't know what it's going to be and where it's going to be, and we saw that. I mean, Bonzi, like, hello, yeah, goodness. Um, Also, I mean, a very good night for Chesterton as well. They don't really have a home circuit. They're just kind of floating out of Indiana. I mean, Twin Lakes was like their closest, but I mean, Twin Lakes doesn't even do show choir anymore, I think. So, good for Chesterton. I mean, I would almost call Chicagoland their home circuit. So,
Yeah.
good rap to them. Um, who else? I mean. Yeah, it's just that little bit of spice where you're like, just when you think like, okay, things in Illinois are kind of settling. Like, we still don't really know what's up with Dwight D. Eisenhower and where they're going to be next year. But everything else, like, Mount Zion has probably the best choreography in the state. You know that Wheaton North probably has the best vocals and probably the most well-rounded show. All of those things are still true, but then behind them, you're like, okay, like Bonzi, like, I'm gonna have to start taking you you know in a different light now. El Paso, like, still chugging along. Naperville North making finals for the first time this season. Just a little bit of flair where, like, we think Hersher is canceled, but there's just going to be a lot of things that are either going to be settled at Coral Classic or are going to be lingering questions into next year, and we're just not going to know until that happens.
Yeah. Um, Wheaton South next weekend. That's going to be one to look out for sure. Um,
Yes.
yeah. Huge shout out Bonzi partying like it's 2013. Like,
So true, bestie.
so true. So yeah. Now we got another crazy little result here from, is it Solon or Solon?
Solon. Oh, yes,
Solon.
this one. Oh, boy.
So Marysville Swingers Unlimited, best vocals, best choreo, best show design, best show concept, best set design, best vocal feature. A lot of captions for Marysville today. Grove City Touch of Class, first runner up, best band. First runner up, no, second runner up, Findlay First Edition. Third runner up, Varsity Corral, Euclid High School. Fourth runner up, North Royalton,
Euclid!
Euclid. And then fifth runner up, Garfield Heights, Music Express. I'll toss this to you, Will. What do you think?
Yeah, again, Ohio, I feel like in our Ohio poll rankings this week, there were literally no changes. And it was just like, yep, we think we know where everyone's at. That changes with this. Grove City with a big result. Obviously, like, Maryville just is not losing to anybody in Ohio for a long time now. And I think that it's more of a game of like, when does something change at Maryville as compared to like, what is someone else going to do? Because other people have been doing things for a while, and none of it's been as good as what Marysville has been doing. But
Yeah,
Grove City, they've taken a couple ones on the chin. They won at Hurricane, but lost a split caption decision to Piqua last week. They lost at Hamilton too, maybe to Piqua, or maybe that was someone else. Forgive me. It's a little late, and I'm already thinking about turning my clock ahead when I get home. But yeah, this is good for Grove City. Uh, you show up, show out. Garfield Heights making finals in Stephen Pernod's final competition as director after a quarter century. Huge hats off to Music Express. Um, just a lot of good storylines out of this. And obviously Finley, like, they take this one on the chin. The good news is, like, you can take one on the chin now and write the shit before nationals. Like,
for
there are
sure.
plenty of choirs where the show just clicks at a certain point of the season. There's plenty of season left for Finley to do that.
Yeah, for sure. And like you said earlier, hungry dogs run faster. So I think Finley's question now is, are you going to be a hungry dog at nationals? after this. You didn't get the result you wanted, took one on the chin. So this could. So will they use this as a result to fuel their fire when it comes to nationals?
Yeah,
So
I don't think they have a choice, frankly.
they don't. Oh no, they don't have a choice. But yeah, but also big result from Marysville. I think this pretty much cements them as once again the best in Ohio.
Yep.
And yeah, big result from Grove City finally clicking. It's like I said earlier. It's nice to have that it really clicked on the last competition. That's definitely a nice feeling for sure. But yeah,
Absolutely.
great competition. Euclid again, great result from them. Shout out Garfield making finals in a loaded field. And yeah, Solon, great competition. Great
Yeah.
competition.
Also, can we talk about Euclid coming from the small mixed division and placing fourth in a competition with three different divisions?
Oh
Like
wow.
they weren't even in middle mix; they were in small mix, and so I don't know exactly how many people they had. But I watched their show on YouTube from last year, and I don't think they had more than 30 on stage. So I would assume that if they're in small mixed, as compared to middle mixed, I would assume that they're 30 or under again this year because I think that's generally the rough cut line for that in Ohio. And
Yeah.
so to do what they are doing with the performers that they have, like obviously it's not unheard of. Like Lafayette Jefferson is doing what they're doing with 28 this year, I think. I think it's in the high 20s. And like I saw Marquette Center Stage go out and place third today with 20, what was that? I counted 7 and 18, 25 for
Mhm.
Marquette.
Yeah.
So like people do it, but like when they do it as effectively as Euclid does, it's certainly worth a call out.
Yeah. Just like doing with less than 30 performers, that's just crazy to be getting some of those placements that you've been getting.
Yeah.
For sure. So we do have a couple more results coming in. We're at that point in the night where the results are just going to be coming in.
All right.
So Jay County, Huntington North at the 1, best vocals, best visuals. Columbia City, City Heat at the 2. Norwell Night Moves at the 3. Garrett Encore at the 4. Kenton Top 20 at the 5. Bishop Lures Minstrels at the 6. Will, what do you think?
Yeah, we all expected Huntington North to clean this one out. They're the only large group. This is their first win, I believe, since 2024 when they had that monster season.
Yeah.
This one was impacted by the dropout of Carroll, because I mean, we probably would have been looking at a Carroll sweep before they withdrew from the competition. But good for Huntington North to get their day in the spotlight. Columbia City, I mean, they've just been plugging along. I feel like they've been one of the more consistent Fort Wayne small groups this year, and I know you could kind of throw Huntington North in that category, but they competed in large mixed here. So Columbia City, give them the flowers. Garrett Encore is a group that I saw last year at Isma State, and they were ninth at Isma State, and I don't necessarily disagree with that. And to see them kind of mixing it up in placements kind of consistently this year, placing, I believe you said it was fourth in finals here. Um, it's a really, really good year-to-year turnaround for Garrett. I don't even know anybody who's affiliated with that program, director, choreographer, anything like that. So I don't have anyone to shout out. But Garrett, a good program on the upswing. Oh my word, gas is 3.35 a gallon.
Oh
Yeesh.
no.
Sorry, you guys are gonna get a very occasional random drive thoughts. Um, yeah, and also Bishop Lures. Don't remember the last time Lures made a finals, and I know that they were only there pretty much because there was a tie or some kind of scoring error or something like that. But heck, even those kinds of moments sometimes, really all you need is for the performers to experience finals and say, "I know what this is. I want to do it again. I will work to get there." Sometimes those moments, the ones that aren't necessarily supposed to happen, are some of the most impactful moments. So I wish, I hope that this is, a good day for Bishop Lures, obviously today, but then in the future going forward, so that way they can shake, whatever kind of shadows there may be just due to it being a scoring error, this or that.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I have much to add there. Big result for Huntington North, big result for Garrett, big result for Bishop Lures. And Columbia City, Norwell just keep chugging along. So yeah, great little small school Indiana comp to as the season draws to a close. This is definitely a great competition.
Yeah.
So now we got South Lake Carroll Showdown down in Texas.
Oh, this one's going to be interesting.
Broken Arrow Tiger Rhythm at the 1, best vocals, best choreo, best band. Keller Central at the 2. Keller
Oh,
Blue Lights at the 3. Pantheon Fossil Ridge at the 4. LD Bell at the 5. Keller Central Voltage at the 6, and then Burleson
whoa.
Burleson Centennials Shades of Blue at the SIC. As I mentioned earlier, Tiger Rhythm had a little bit of a scare in after prelims. I think VOC was in first after prelims, but yeah.
People scoff at
Tech,
me when I say this, but Broken Arrow is a finals group. Sorry, continue, Dylan. I cut you off.
oh yeah, Broken Arrow is a finals group. 100. They just proved it here. Yeah, Broken Arrow, they always pop off in finals, and they're one of those groups that if they're behind in a prelim, you're gonna get one of the craziest runs from them in finals. And yeah, good result from VOC also, flipping placements with Keller Blue Lights, and a good result for Pantheon Fossil Ridge as well. Yeah. Any other thoughts on that, Will?
Yeah, and look, people scoff at me when I say this, but like very legitimately, like Broken Arrow is a finals group, and I don't. Some people may take that in a negative context, and I'm absolutely not saying that in a negative context. Like I was in a quote unquote finals group in my performing days. Like we made our money sneaking into prelims in sixth, and then taking critique notes and shooting up to fourth in finals. So
Yeah.
Broken Arrow, like, and there is something of value because I saw groups today who their prelims run was a lot better than their finals run. Um, and speaking of groups that I have seen today, I'm currently driving right behind the Sullivan Singers trailer. So shout out Sullivan. I mean, fourth place overall has got to be their highest overall placement at a comp long, long time. So or at least a couple years. My Illinois ball knowledge does not go that far back, but
Yeah.
probably at least since 23 at the absolute latest, and probably for a couple years before then as well. Um, yeah, Broken Arrow is a finals group. I had no doubt, even when people were like, "Oh, they're down after prelims." Don't care. Like,
Mm,
Broken Arrow is just them this year. They have not lost a competition since January 17th, and that January 17th loss was to Johnston. Uh,
yeah.
like that's a really, really good season to put together. I know, Blue Valley was kind of their travel comp at the beginning of the season, which is something that not a ton of outfits do. I kind of appreciated the change of pace, and then they took care of business in Missouri. They took care of business in Oklahoma at Jenks, and they took care of business in Texas. And great season for Broken Arrow. Keller Central, I think we really have to start talking about Keller Central as taking that fifth finalist spot at HOA Orlando.
Oh yeah.
Or even not just taking the fifth, but maybe taking one higher than that because we know Johnston and Los Al are going to be there. We think West Side is going to be there. We think Mount Zion is going to be there. I mean, I've seen both West Side and Mount Zion, and if Mount Zion performs in HOA prelims like they did in finals tonight at Glenwood, they will be in finals. And
Oh yeah.
if ATSC rips the show like they did at Omaha South, when I saw them, they will be in finals as well. Um, but like this whole like Keller Central, Madison Central, Olentangy, Johnston Synergy, like all of them have super strong moments in their season, and it's just going to be super interesting to see how it shakes out. Keller Blue Lights concluding their season. I think this is like, frankly, a ridiculously good season that they've had, considering that their head director left in December to join the Navy. And thank you,
Yeah.
Mr. Zach Steele, for your service. Like, I'm also not saying that in a derogatory way. I'm just saying, like, one of the main adults in the room was no longer there after like December. And this is like still a really good blue lights show, and Fossil Ridge as well. I know they had a little bit of a situation with the adults in the fall, and so for them to still be plugging along is phenomenal as well. LD Bell, like sure, like did they win this year? No. Are they still at this point like a fixture Texas choir? Yes, absolutely. Like this is just kind of their run. Like them and Fossil Ridge, they've been putting together really good placements for a few years, and this is kind of reminiscent of the run that late 2010s Arlington and Legacy had, where maybe you're not quite as good as Keller, and you're definitely not as good as Keller Central, but you're still there as kind of like that A minus tier of Texas show choir. And Keller Central Voltage making finals, I really didn't see that one coming. I'll be honest with you. I thought that either Legacy or Arlington would have it. Um, Fort Worth Southwest misses finals everywhere this year, I believe, which is tough, but sometimes that happens when you bring on new directors. I don't know if either of their directors had show choir experience heading into this year. So I think that, sometimes it's just a learning year for everyone involved in the situation, especially like the students as well, if it's a very different leadership style, potentially as well. So The other groups like Burleson Breakaway, I don't know if I've ever seen a Burleson Breakaway show, but they keep plugging along, and I really appreciate them for it. Burleson Centennial, the small mixed winner was guaranteed a final spot, and you were the only group in small mixed. So I don't know why there weren't more groups in small mixed. I feel like Eagle Mountain or Seguin or one of these mixed park groups maybe just should have bumped up to small mix to at least make it competitive for us to talk about. But yeah, I mean, dude, Texas just needs more than four comps. And I'm sorry, I've been rambling for so long right now, but like Eagle Mountain, I know you're a new program, but like you have a new school, so hopefully your facilities are good. Maybe host a comp. I know like any of the other Keller ISD schools, can you work things out to maybe like just host another one at Central if the facilities are good? I don't know. Like Texas just needs way more than four comps. It just does. So sorry for rambling, but those are my extended thoughts about South Lake.
All right. Yeah, nothing I can add there, obviously. I don't think. But, all right, we got two more results in.
That's how long I've been talking. Yeesh.
Yeah, so we got Avon and Fairfield. Let's talk,
Give me
Avon
Fairfield.
came, take Fairfield, yeah.
We need to talk about Fairfield because something happened one way or the other.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. I think a couple things happened. So, large treble in Fairfield. Actually, let's go small mix. I'll run those off real
All
fast.
right, Buckeye Valley or Tarpon Springs wins this, I think.
Tarpon Springs swept. Clean.
Tarpon Springs, woohoo! Okay.
Yeah. Tarpon Springs 1, Buckeye Valley 2, Norwood 3, West Jessamine 4, West Jessamine Girls 5. And then let's go to large treble, Loveland 3, Zionsville 2, Plainfield at the 1 for large treble. Best vocals in large treble, Zionsville. Best band in treble, Zionsville. Best visuals, Plainfield. In large
I know
treble.
my video is off, but I just like sat up a lot more than I was. Like,
And
don't even know what you're gonna say for mix, and I'm already like, I don't know what's happening. I'm scared.
now the big one, large mixed. 5 Plainfield, 4 Brandon, 3 Millard West, 2 Zionsville, 1 Loveland. Zionsville best
Loveland by
Zionsville best vocals.
request.
Loveland visuals and band go to Loveland.
Loveland by. If there was a time for Nationals winning level Loveland to show up, that time is right now, and it just happened.
Um,
Oh my word!
what's gonna
Like,
happen at nationals? I don't.
like between what happened, between how Loveland did today, how Finley did today, how Fishers did today, you're gonna read off how Brownsburg did in a hot minute when you read off Avon results. Okay, personally, this is not that far off of what I originally was expecting. Like you read off like Plainfield 5, Brandon 4, and I'm like, okay, like I vibe with this. And then you're like Millard West 3, and I'm like, oh, okay, sure. They're like Zionsville 2, and I'm like, oh, wow. Yeah. You know, I love to see groups of all kinds doing well. Loveland, like this is Loveland's biggest win in at least a couple of years because I mean they won at South Newborn this year. They didn't win anywhere last year. I don't know if they really had a signature win in 24. I think they maybe won at South Dearborn again. I mean this is like wow. I don't know if I can overstate the importance of this.
Yeah, this
Also, shout out Brandon coming out on top in the Battle of America shows between them and Plainfield.
for sure. Yeah, love. Oh, gotta be. Um, yeah, Loveland. This is huge major win for Loveland. Between this and Wabanzi, we're back in 2013 apparently. But
Yes, we
yeah,
are.
Loveland.
I was 11 years old at that point in time. Wow.
Yeah, yeah, Loveland entering peak form at the right time, right before Showcar Nationals. I don't even want to. I can't. I don't want to even try to predict what happens at that comp now.
Yeah.
But
Also, sorry, go ahead.
oh, yeah, there's just Loveland taking not just winning, but also taking choreo over Zionsville, Millard West, Brandon. 3 amazing choreo groups, and also Plainfield. Just and it's just crazy, just crazy.
Yeah, I just want to say that like this Millard West show this year is definitely better than it shows on paper. Like they just ran up against ridiculously good groups all season long.
Yeah,
Like they only had one win this year, and it was a split caption win over Gretna East. That I think like, granted, I haven't seen the sheets, but the margins in Nebraska are so close. Like I thought it could go really either way at that competition. Uh, and like you run up against like magic making Loveland, you run up against like lock in. We're comfortable under Andrew Jacobson now. West Side, like you run into. Did they run into Gretna somewhere? I feel like So like this show, like it was my first Millard West show I've seen live. I love it, and I just want to give Millard West their flowers as they close out their season.
Yeah, big shout out to Millard West coming down all the way from Nebraska. You don't see a lot of Nebraska groups in
So
Ohio,
they
so
had a longer drive than Brandon did.
that's that. That's crazy, actually.
Yeah. We want to talk about Avon.
Let's talk
If
about
this is if
Avon.
this is a Lawrence North GC,
It is
I
not a
don't even
Lawrence
know.
North GC.
Just gonna get out ahead of that one.
All right,
Oh,
Avon. This one's a little more normal. Brownsburg at the 1, sweep. Lawrence North at the 2. Clover Hill at the 3. Northridge at the 4. Treble finals. Brownsburg at the 1. Best vocal, best visuals. Lawrence North at the 2. Mooresville at the 3. Northridge at the 4.
uh, so Mooresville made the women's finals, but not the mixed finals.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, my biggest shout out here goes to Clover Hill. Um, I will say that their early season performances impressed our Virginia contributor Cole McConnell, and they were second to Herbert Hoover last week in West Virginia. And I was like, well, you know, like Herbert Hoover is a great program, and I love to celebrate groups getting their first wins. But I thought that a overall win for Clover Hill would have been really good to have coming into a really competitive contest here. Clearly, that didn't matter. I think their third here is probably their best result since 2024 on just a depth of competition scale. Because they had a couple nice showings in 2024. But yeah, I mean, placing third over Northridge is pretty impressive and just kind of sneaking up right behind Lawrence North, who's obviously a big program and all that. And Mooresville Finesse is their girls, right? Or is it Nexus? It's not Spotlighters. I know that. Um, okay. Um, yeah, just they're always there. Like they were in finals at Pike last year, and I'm like, oh, and like it's CG, North Central, I think FC, and then Mooresville. And I'm like, okay, Mooresville just always seems to be there, and I commend them for always being there when they need to be there.
Yeah. Nothing too much to add there. Big win for Brownsburg, finally getting in the win column. Good result for Clover Hill going into some unfamiliar territory and notching themselves a podium placement. But yeah, great competition overall here at Avon. Yeah, that's all I really got. So
Do we have anything else come in while we were yapping during that last segment?
I don't think we got anything right now.
Okay. What were some of the ones that came in during the whole mess of the end of my time at Glenwood today? Anything super interesting?
I think. Let me look. Hold on. Hold on. What's my mouse? What is my mouse doing? What is happening? Um, I think the only one I talked about while you were leaving Glenwood was Fort Madison.
Oh, I did not see the results of that one.
So Fort Madison, that was Hannibal River City Review, Best Vocals Grand Champion, Southeast Polk Best Choreo First Runner Up, Quincy Electric Blue Second Runner Up, Third Runner Up Mount Pleasant Community in Motion, Fourth Runner Up Central East Centrifugal Force, Fifth Runner Up Southeast Polk Vocal Gold. What do you get there?
Man, Hannibal. I know we talked about him a little bit earlier, but just congratulations to Hannibal on taking down a very legitimate Des Moines area 4A program. Yeah, uh, big get for Hannibal. I don't know if they have anything left this year. I don't think so. I think they usually wrap up about this time, and I don't even know what they would be going to. I don't know what else is left in Missouri besides Mount Vernon next week, and that's on the totally other side of the state from northeast to southwest. So, yeah, and with the Southeast Folk Vocal Gold, always is nice to have two groups in finals if you're a program. I do believe they have different directors, so I don't think it's a huge personnel stretch besides the band. Did you talk about Janesville Craig results?
A little bit, but yeah, we should. I don't know if those are on showchoir.com yet, but I can. If they're not on showchoir.com, I can. They're
I
not on show.
think they're
I'm
not.
gonna going off the top of my head. I think it was Milton 6, New London 5, Fort Atkinson 4, Monona Grove 3, Wheaton 2, Onalaska 1 with best vocal and choreo.
Yeah. On Alaska, sometimes their results toward the end of the season aren't as star-studded as the results at the beginning of the season, but they've done a really nice job wrapping the bow on 2026. A statement sweep over Wheaton South here. As I wrote in my Wisconsin season preview, I said it would be a phenomenal season if they would be able to do that, and they just did that. And also a really good second place at Western Dubuque last week, beating Mundelein and Lacrosse and all that. Wheaton second. I mean, sometimes you just have those years. They
Yeah.
finish winless, and that's okay. Um, Third place was Monona Grove. Monona's put together a really consistent season. Monona's another one of those groups where, at least back in the late 2010s and even early 2020s, it's like okay, it's like maybe you win in January and you make finals in February, but by the time March comes around, like the choir as a whole is just kind of out of steam. So Monona did a really good job staying consistent throughout this entire season as well. Season highlighted by that February 7th win at De Pere over New London and also Preble. Fort Atkinson in fourth. This is not one that I saw coming, and I know there's maybe been a little bit of tension. I just want to put it out there. Like I have no beef with Fort Atkinson. Y'all just legitimately surprised me today because like no finals in the state up until this point in the season. Sixth at Davenport West last week. But I don't discount the value of shows that just pop into place. And sometimes all it takes is like 1 2 hour rehearsal and like you know like the dance captains get on the same page or you run through the vocal line again and something clicks. And so Fort Atkinson, this is a really really good placement for them. I know they didn't have a ton of finals appearances last year either. So to end the season with a good finals appearance here, not only the finals appearance, but also beating New London and Milton. Yeah, that I think that gives them a lot of momentum heading into next season. I'm not sure how they'll top this season's Wisconsin show design. I think they really outdid themselves this year, so I'm looking forward to see where Fort goes from here, show design wise. Fifth is New London. Um, this is a group that has gotten first place votes at competitions this year. And this is a group that's been, fifth in finals. And I think, like, on the whole, like, the season comes with its ups and downs, and not even ups and downs, but the season just comes with its events. And New London, they've been in the thick of many events, like third place best choreo at De Pere, like part of a tiebreaker for the win at Monona Grove, now fifth here. Like, this was the year after New London graduated a lot of seniors. And if this is what New London is doing, and what I would venture, and I don't know if a lot of people would dispute me on this, as what maybe some people looked at going into the season as a rebuild year. Like, if this was the rebuild year for New London, like, y'all is going to get real, real scary next year and 2 years from now. So, New London fifth, and then Milton in sixth. Good finals appearance for Milton to end out the season. They've kind of been teetering on and off of finals as of late with their Toy Story show. And is it the most technically sound show that I watched this year? No. Is it one of the most entertaining I've watched this year? Yes, absolutely. And so for Abby Landrum and Audrey Ferrero and all the performers down at Milton, good get. Fort and Milton, very local choirs to the Janesville area. Wheaton, Warrenville, South is free. Maybe the scores just fell and they didn't make finals, but I'm more inclined to believe that prep groups weren't eligible for finals. And then a group that didn't make finals, Bayport Pandemonious, they will get another crack next weekend at Green Bay Southwest. Wait, no. Yes, they will. They'll get another crack at Green Bay Southwest next weekend. They're a first year varsity program, and they should make finals at Southwest next week. So that'll be two finals appearances for them this year. Anything I missed out of Craig?
I don't think so. No.
All right.
All right. Um. So what events are we currently missing? We are currently missing Biloxi. We're not getting tonight. Burbank. We're not getting tonight. Um.
And Burbank is going to be later than it was originally because they had to
Oh.
swap out the entire sound system during Heart. Like, I
um.
guess, like, soloist mic feedback was so ridiculously bad that they had to stop the show and then replace all the batteries or all the mics or something. And so it's going to push them back. I think tentatively, Los Al was supposed to go on at like 10:45 Pacific. I think that's probably going to be closer to 11:15.
Yeah. I think we're just missing. We're missing Web City, West Delaware. I have no clue what's even happening at that competition. And then we're
Yeah.
still missing DCG, and then we're missing Rapex. So I think we only got like 5 more left.
Those all are just black holes because I know we should have had DCG a million years ago.
Yeah.
And I like, by all accounts, Web City should have been over hours ago. And Raypec, that one's big enough where it could just be a Missouri comp runs ridiculously behind.
Yeah.
So I really don't know what the solution is going to be there. But yeah, I guess we'll keep on rolling to the top of the hour in case anything else comes in, right?
Yep. All right. We
Awesome.
do have. Oops, sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh no, I've been. Sorry.
Well, random driving note number two. I think the first one was the gas prices. I've just about finished my Gatorade. So
Awesome.
I am all sugared up and ready for the rest of this half hour. Hopefully, my words still sound coherent.
I actually went on a little tangent about Gatorade early in the live stream. Somebody asked me what my top 5 flavors were.
Oh, well, I am drinking Glacier Freeze.
Glacier Freeze, that's a good one. That wasn't on my top 5, but it's an honorable mention.
All right.
Sure. Um, let's see. We have something in the question box. Have you talked about
Ooh.
Lewis Central? Have we talked about Lewis Central yet? Yes, we did earlier on. This will be on YouTube and Instagram later, very soon.
Hopefully
So
tomorrow, if our
hopefully
producer can
tomorrow.
get to it. And I know the producers, so I can always tell them.
Yeah. So hopefully tomorrow we'll have those on Instagram and what was the other one? YouTube. I'm already blanking. So for you to watch. Sorry. Um. So nothing from Missouri, nothing from DCG still. So I do want to ask your thoughts on a group that we didn't talk about that you saw live at Glenwood, Mount Zion's Swing Stations and Mount Zion LaFemmes. Last year was a bit of a wonky year for the program. This year they got a new director. What are your thoughts on Mount Zion this year?
So I did not watch You've Got Mail today, unfortunately, but I did watch Le Femme and I did watch Swings. And Le Femme, it's a fine show. I mean, Taylor the Latte Boy, right? But
Yeah,
like actually, their Taylor the Latte Boy soloist is great. But it's a show about school getting out in summer, and it's fine. Um, but I really want to talk about swings because like all but like six of the performers in the fem are also in swings. So I feel like most of the same comments would apply. Um, we were like maybe like 16 bars into the swings show and they start singing and I look over to the person I'm sitting next to and I'm like, oh, so these folks sing. Like, because you think about swings and you're like, oh yeah, like they dance. And but no, they sing now and they sing well. Um, which they're doing a country show this year, so you might think, oh, there aren't a lot of opportunities to sing well, and everything's just kind of in this, nasally thin character voice. No, they sing deep, they sing well, and they move. Like their show this year is just vintage Dwight. Like there are multiple dance breaks where I look at what they're doing, and I'm like, yeah, that's just Dwight doing his thing, and that's just the performers executing his thing. Uh, yeah, man. Like I was told that today was one of their best runs of the show. I think having Clinton Attaché in sight does something
yeah,
that maybe you don't have other places. Like, sure, when you're in the thick of the battle for the win with Troy and Dwight D. Eisenhower, like it does something to you. But when you know that you're hunting down the most hunted group for the past 15 years. And like you're part of the reason why the group is being hunted so much. It was electric. I really enjoyed it. They were they Clinton clean? No, and I can say that because I saw Clinton right before them. But were they Illinois clean? Yes, absolutely. Vocally, so much stronger than last year. Um, Country show, which as a country music appreciator myself, I enjoyed. Good little mix of this, good little mix of that. Randy Travis's "Forever and Never Amen" is their ballad. Apparently, they're the first group. I looked this up on showcar.com. Apparently, they're the first group to do "Forever and Ever Amen" as their ballad, which I think is an absolute travesty, and someone needs to do it like at least once a year. It is like Wings status for me. Wings by Little Mix, obviously iconic show choir song. I really like Randy Travis's stuff. Like I really appreciate '90s country. If someone wants to do Travis Tritt, like I'm all for that too. They did a little bit of Sugarland. I did a Bailey Zimmerman song, Central Southern Illinois native Bailey Zimmerman. Before he was a national act, he was a Southern Illinois regional act. So a bit of an extra layer on that Swings closer. Yeah, they have a lot less riser setup this year as well, which I really appreciate. I think we were running pretty on time after Swing's performance in prelims, so I do want to shout that out. Yeah, they I'm very intrigued to watch them again next week at Wheaton. I think they'll be right in the thick of a lot of good choirs there. I have been able to talk to their new director, Christina Coffin. She is an absolute rock star. Some people may look just on the internet and be like, "Oh, like no show choir directing experience prior to Mount Zion. Like, did they take a gamble? This and that." The answer is no. She's a Sullivan High School grad. Performed under former Mount Zion director Connie Mulligan when Connie was at Sullivan. Went to school at McKendree University, which for a long time hosted an event that they called Midwest Nationals. It was not Midwest Nationals, but they hosted a show choir competition, had a great show choir program, all that. And then directed high school choir in Nashville as well as in Central Illinois. And so, like, she's coming in with a lot of experience. None of it is just specifically high school show choir directing, but um, she has very ambitious goals for this program, and clearly she has them moving in the right direction, moving in a fast pace towards the right direction for the lofty goals and expectations that she has for Mount Zion. I mean, Mount Zion is like one of the nationwide legacy names in show choir, and so to potentially have 2026 be the turnover a new leaf, like we kicked butt at a couple comps and we were second to Clinton and Burroughs, and we mixed it up at El Paso in what was just a really wild event. Like to potentially have that be the starting block of even bigger and better things. I think Mount Zion is if nothing changes, the team of Christina Coffin and Dwight Jordan, and if they keep John Burles arranging the shows as well, it's going to do a lot of damage for a long time.
For sure, for sure, for sure. Um, yeah, if I've heard this was a rebuild. This was supposed to be like a rebuild year for Mount Zion. If this is a rebuild year for Mount Zion, this is just like what you said with New London. If this is a rebuild year for Mount Zion, look out. This might they might get real scary real fast. So,
Yeah, and I
big,
don't have the exact numbers on like what the senior class is at Mount Zion, so I don't know how many key pieces they're going to lose. Because like there are two kinds of rebuild years, or at least to me, two kinds of rebuild years. I mean, there could be more, but the two main kinds are either number one, you lost a gigantic class of seniors, which there are more than a few groups that are going to fall into that category next year. Sioux Falls Jefferson, I think, is losing 30 plus. Like De Pere is losing 24, I think. And like New London's kind of in that category this year. And then the other rebuild year is, there's a new adult in the room in some capacity, whether it's director, choreographer, whatever. And I think this was supposed to fall into the second version of that and just be like, okay, like we're going to do a show that's all country music songs. We're going to sing, we're going to dance, and we're going to set the expectations for what we want to be in the future. And they just absolutely blown the doors off that.
yeah, for sure, for sure. So we got another wild. We got one of the most wild results of the night here.
Oh, dear.
Sioux City East.
Oh, Mitchell. Mitchell. Where does Mitchell land?
Okay, listen to this. Sixth place, Sioux Falls Roosevelt Executive Suite. Fifth place, Sioux Center Satisfaction. Fourth place, Mitchell Friendly Q with Best Choreo and Best Band.
Oh,
Third place, Bishop Hill and Harmonia Mundi. Second place, Elkhorn North Adrenaline. First place, Gretna East Equinox Best Vocals.
wowza.
So, yeah, I'll toss that one to you.
Well, shout out Sam Mulligan because your stuff is good enough to get best choreography in fourth place, and also shout out to all the performers for executing it. Obviously, yeah. I mean, we saw this last week at Hollister when Lexington's mixed group won with best vocals, and their guys group was fourth with best choreography, and we're like, oh, haha, two groups from the same school were first and fourth and split the captions in a small school Missouri competition. And now we're like, oh, this is the comp of the week that pitted eight very legitimate groups from three very strong show choir states, and a national powerhouse group got fourth with best choreo. And I don't think it's because the vocals were out in left field. I think it's because everything was just so close.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Mitchell fourth in best choreo. Obviously, they're going to Indiana next week. Well, maybe not obviously, but they are going to Indiana next week. And obviously, when you compete in Indiana, I think this is going to be the obvious part, which I was trying to say earlier. Obviously, when you compete in Indiana, you have to sing because that's what Indiana groups are known for. However, I think there's something to be said for if you can simply outdance everybody at the competition in Indiana, you can potentially make some money that way as well. And they still have another week to make some changes, this and that, whatever. But I certainly still think they're in the finals conversation at Brownsburg. I don't think this disqualifies them at all. Um, yeah. Sixth was Sioux Falls Roosevelt. Best wishes to your soloist, who may or may not have gotten injured, or just I want everyone healthy in that choir and all choirs. Fifth, Sioux Center. I think that if you take Sioux Center's show last year and put it at this competition, I don't think it makes finals, and I don't think it's necessarily that close. So
Yeah.
for Sioux Center to be here in finals, just a huge, huge shout out for a 3A school. And in third, Bishop Heelan. Yeah, if this is the lock-in season for Bishop Heelan, great, here for it. Second place, Elkhorn North. Yeah, like Nebraska's breakout group of the year, and I don't think it's well. One could make an argument for Hastings, but Hastings really only competed against people like one and a half times, and the other two were at Glenwood and Grand Island Northwest, or we're at Glenwood and Wahoo, and it's like okay, like you won, but we expected you to win. And, like results at Grand Island Northwest and also Grand Island were, good. But in terms of groups that put themselves through the gauntlet, I think Elkhorn North is the true breakout choir in Nebraska for the year. They've just been foot on the gas all season long, like came out swinging at where did they debut? Did they debut at Gretna or somewhere that weekend, or did they debut at Gretna East? Because I know
They
at Gretna East they beat Elkhorn South, and everyone's like, "Oh, all right."
wait, where is Sioux City East? Let me look.
But then it's just, yeah. Well, you do that. I mean, it's just been a season full of great placements for Elkhorn North. Like they went up against Johnston and Waukee Northwest last weekend, and they were third. But like just putting yourself in the same conversation as those two groups is great. Again, for a school that opened after the pandemic, like, or I guess during, but still, like, again, very, very young program in the grand scheme of things. Um, just I'm really looking forward. Like, we have 5 years of Elkhorn North Show Choir in the books. Really looking forward to the next five and a lot of stuff beyond that. Um, and Gretna East. Everything I said about Elkhorn North, like double it for Gretna East. Obviously, another young program that now has, I think, 6 wins across the last 2 years, and they've only been competing for 3 years. So they are now averaging 2 wins per season in their competitive history, which I think is pretty much only rivaled by Ankeny Centennial. I think Ankeny Centennial is sitting somewhere in the region of two. I think they have like 27, and they started competing in 2014, and they took 2021 off. So that would be 27 over 13. So that'd be two with a remainder of one, if I have my math right. And my numbers could be wrong. But like they're in the ballpark of two. So like if Gretna East keeps this up, like yeah, it's going to be wild. I don't know how many times we'll get to see Gretna compete against Gretna East, just because we've got the husband and wife directing duo of Nathan Wallace at Gretna East and Caitlin Wallace at Gretna. Um, but yeah, just and it's not even a breakout season for them. I don't even have really the words to describe it, but just a phenomenal show. And they took vocals off of everybody here. They took vocals off of Millard West at Standing Bear. I think their third one of the year was a sweep. So they can sing, they can dance, they can do the show choir thing pretty well.
Yeah, just like like you said, Elkhorn South is no. Oh my God, I'm getting too tired for this. I'm sorry. Elkhorn North, huge result for them. They're just a new program that's been absolutely killing it lately, and yeah, this is a breakout year for them. And they've just been tearing it up. It's nothing more to say there. I just gotta wonder how close it was between that top four. That the fourth place group got band and choreo. Like that had to have been like
Yeah,
I don't know. But
yeah.
yeah, Sam Mulligan. Mitchell's still getting some those choreo captions with Sam Mulligan, and Gretny's getting back in the win column. I think. This is definitely a very chaotic competition, but some great talent, very close talent all around for sure.
Yeah. So we've got like 15 minutes left on the show. Do you
Yeah.
want to maybe predict the competitions that haven't come in yet?
Yeah, but we have Web City in first,
Oh,
so
we do.
we
Oh
do.
boy. All right. This one will be very interesting. I know I've said that about all of them, but legitimately, few things I'm watching on this one. Go ahead.
All right. So first place, Joplin Sound Dimension, best vocals, best choreo. Second place, St. Thomas Aquinas, Swingin' Saints. Third place, Joplin Touch of Class. Fourth place, Mount Vernon Vocal Motions, and then fifth place, St. Thomas Aquinas, Saint Stations. We'll toss that to you.
Joplin, congratulations. I think this is your first win in a little while. And essentially, it was a rematch of last year's Web City Showcase. The results flipped this time around. St. Thomas Aquinas winning last year's edition, Joplin winning this year's edition. I believe Joplin will be at Mount Vernon next week, but their director, Monica Reynolds Brown, is leaving the program at the end of the year. So a good win for Joplin. Aquinas in second place. I think this is their strongest showing of the year. I met their director last year over the summer. Wonderful human being, just super passionate, really excited about what was going to come this year. They're up here placing second at competitions. And in third place, Joplin, such a class. This happens in Southwest Missouri. The women's ensembles are at such a level where they are right up there competing with the mixed counterparts. And then you said Mount Vernon and Aquinas's girls, and was there a sixth?
Yes.
Who was that? Or who am I missing?
Um, it was Joplin, Aquinas. Sorry for butchering that, by the way. Joplin, Mount Vernon, and then Aquinas Prep, I think. Oh no,
Oh,
Aquinas
okay.
Treble.
So two Joplin groups, two Aquinas groups, Mount Vernon, and hold on, I'm still missing one. Never mind. Okay, well, I'm just going to chalk it up to late at night, and the Gatorade isn't having as much of an effect as I thought it would. I mean, good get for Mount Vernon as well. Like they're just there as like probably one of Missouri's best 3A choirs. I don't really know who would challenge them for that title. Like maybe Cameron on a good year. Um, but yeah, good for Mount Vernon, and I think Warrensburg was here. Tough for Warrensburg to miss on finals after GCing last week, but sometimes that's just how it goes.
Yeah, I don't got much to add there. Big result for Aquinas. Aquinas, good win for Joplin. Yeah, nothing too much for there. So, which comps do we have left still? We still have Burbank and Biloxi, and then what are the other ones? We're still missing. I believe we're still missing West Delaware, and we're missing DCG.
All right.
Should
Well,
have.
which one do
Yeah.
you want to predict first?
Let's do Biloxi. Um,
Okay. Well, I'm of the opinion that prelim results don't matter for final results.
no.
So I'm going to forget whatever people placed in prelims, and I'm going to say Tupelo wins, Grenada is second, Sauk Prairie is third, Northwest Rankin is fourth, and Northeast Jones was the fifth finalist, right? Northeast Jones was fifth.
Jackson Academy was fifth.
Jackson Academy was the last finalist. Yeah, I'll throw JA in the five. That's a good get for JA.
Oh yeah.
Hi, wow. Um, they've had a bit of a rough one this year.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, and wow, kind of surprising not to see Northeast Jones in there, but just kind of is what it is at this point. Yeah, so I'll take Tupelo in first with vocals and Grenada in second with choreo.
All right. I'm gonna go Grenada in the first with choreo. I think they're gonna be hungry, the hungriest they've ever been this season. And hungry dogs, they run faster. So
That they
gi-
do.
give me Grenada at the one. Give me Tupelo at the two. Sauk Prairie at the three. Northwest Lincoln at the four. Um, and then actually give me Northwest Lincoln at the three. Sauk Prairie at the four. And then give me J at the five.
All right, I respect that. I have to believe in Sauk Prairie as the
Yeah,
native Wisconsinite. So
for sure. All right, let's go to Burbank next. We're we're still missing.
mm,
We still need results from Tier 1 and Tier 2.
yeah, tier one.
Tier 1 is correct. Oh,
Something will happen with the top two. I'm not even going to try with that one. And then I'll take Kennedy third and Horizon fourth.
all right. I'm going to go Los Al at the 1 with vocals. John Burroughs at the 2 with choreo. Horizon 3, Kennedy 4.
And then for tier two, would you mind just reading off the tier two groups real quick?
Sure thing. Glendora, Royal Stewart, Cypress High Voltage, Heart Collective Hearts, Bonita Vista the Music Machine, and La Cueva Underground.
Having La Cueva in there just makes it so hard to predict
Oh, for
because they
sure.
only compete twice a year, and it's like you never know what you're going to get with them.
Yeah.
Cypress has been on a tear this year. Give me Cypress, and then give me Glendora, and then give me La Cueva, and then Bonita Vista, and then Hearts. There were five, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that'll be my tier two prediction.
All right. I think I'm going to go Cypress. Give me La Cueva at the 2, Bonita Vista at the 3, Glendora at the 4, Heart at the 5.
All right. Well, we will see how that shakes out in the morning, or at least I will, because it is daylight savings time night, and I am not losing more sleep than I already am. So,
All right. And so next up, let's do a little smaller competition. These awards already happened, but for sure. But let's predict what happened at Dallas Center Grand. So
Atumwa cleans out every caption in the book, besides maybe Band, which would go to Johnston Bellavoce.
that is probably what happens there.
Um,
I
Go
don't
ahead.
know enough ball for this. So
Yeah, okay, so I'll go Atumwa at the one. Yeah, give him vocals and choreo. Johnston Bellavoce at the two with Band, because why not? Um, Woodbine three, Des Moines Lincoln four, Atlantic five.
I think Atama 1. Give me Bella Voce 2, Woodbine 3, Des Moines Lincoln's 3, Woodbine 4, Atlantic 5.
All right. Well, again, like you said, these results, like barring like a very, very long fire alarm, have already happened. So we just don't know what they are yet. So it'll be fun to see if we're on or if we're off.
For sure, for sure. And then how about that Fairfield comp? Crazy, crazy, crazy. We talked about it earlier in the stream, but big win for Loveland. monumental win for Loveland even. Yeah, crazy result. We talked about it earlier in the stream. This will be up on Instagram and YouTube in the very near future, so you'll be able to watch our reactions to that when that is uploaded. So the last comp that's not in is another very small Iowa comp, and that is West Delaware Red Carpet. Actually, no, there's two more comps that not in. I forget. So let's do
We can still do West Delaware right now.
West Delaware real quick, and then I forgot about Raypec, but
Oh, well, just enough time to do that and then close out the show.
for sure, for sure. West Delaware, where is that? I'm not on the right date. Hold on. So West Delaware, real quick. Xavier Exhilaration. The tier 1 is the only thing we don't know. We know the rest of the tiers. But there's also finals here, so what? Oh, I don't know. So, okay, there's 5 finalists, so I'll just read off all the groups here. Xavier Exhilaration, Waller Catholic Impulse, Davenport West West Connection, Animo Society Street Singers, Center Point Urbana, MFL Marmac, Sumner Fredericksburg Sensations, Kyoto Eagle Rock, Xavier Exuberance, Davenport West Harmonics.
Dang. So we don't have Forest City or Pocahontas here, which I feel have been 2 stable groups of this comp.
Yeah.
Alongside Western Dubuque, who has also been a stable group of this comp. So a bit of a new lineup at West Delaware this year.
Sure.
I'm gonna take a swing on a fastball. This is either gonna be a home run or I'm going to fall on my face after whiffing so badly. Give me a Wallert sweep.
I think
You have no words.
No, actually, I think I'm also thinking a
Yeah.
Waller sweep.
All right. And then Davenport West was not here, right?
No, they're here.
They're here.
Yes.
Uh, Give me. I'll go Davenport West at the 2, Xavier at the 3, CPU at the 4, and Animosa at the 5.
All right. I'll go Waller at the 1, Xavier at the 2, Davenport West at the 3, Animosa at the 4, and then Center Point Urbana at the 5.
All right.
All right, and then barring it coming in, which has not. Wait, there's a live stream. There was a live stream for Raypec the entire time. It's not okay. It's not even over. But
Okay.
all right, so the finalists are not on showquar.com, but we do know 5 of them.
Oh gosh, I love it when we do a little old-fashioned detective.
So from Nearshow's Facebook, this is from the comments on showquar.com. Neo Show Quarterliers were first place in daytime, and they were made finals. Sugar and Spice from Neo Show also made finals. And then other finalists were Rockbridge, Carthage, and Harrisonville.
Was Blue Valley here?
Blue Valley is here.
I'm gonna pencil Blue Valley in as the 6th finalist. Unless you have another group that you think would take that.
I don't see anybody here who I think, barring something crazy, which we've seen already. So
we have 2 Neo Show groups plus Blue Valley, Rockbridge, Harrisonville, and
Carthage.
Yeah, I'll take Neo Show. And then after that, I'll take Carthage. And then after that, I'll take Blue Valley. And then after that, I'll take Harrisonville. After that, I'll take Neo Show's Girls. And after that, I'll take Rockbridge.
All right. I'm going to go Neo Show at the 1, Blue Valley at the 2, Carthage at the 3, Rockbridge at the 4, Harrisonville at the 5, Neo Show's Girls at the 6.
All right.
And I think that is the last comp we do not have in at the moment. So,
Well.
Shall we close out the show?
I think we shall. Dylan, thank you so much for anchoring tonight, mostly on your own. I know it's even though there were a fair amount of results tonight, it's still hard to just kind of rip through everything that's happening on your own. So I do want to give a massive shout out to you before I was able to jump in tonight. I've had a blast doing this as always. But yeah, what do you have to say to close?
All right, so to close, this is a new tradition we started a couple weeks ago that we list off all the Grand Champion winners we got so far tonight.
Right.
So let's list them all off. We got Rome, Daniel Hand, Pius X, Bemidji, Oak Mountain, Petal, Omaha South, Ben Davis, Sioux Falls, Washington, Onalaska, Lafayette Jefferson, Center Grove, Wheaton North, Clinton, Hannibal, Gretna, Brownsburg, Loveland, Broken Arrow, Marysville, Huntington North, Gretna East, and Joplin. If I missed somebody, I sincerely apologize, but I think I got them all. So shout out to the many GC winners of the night, and thank you so much to Will for hopping on the stream when he was able to. And yeah, I think
Absolutely.
that's all I got.
All right. Have a great night, everyone.
Have a great night. See you next week.